Hello Internet, and welcome to a special Sounds of Stadia Saturday stream. Lots of S's, we love those. We love rolling those S's, Richie. It helps lubricate the vocal cords a little bit.
We definitely do.
You join, as proven just there, by myself, Chris, in the top blue box. We've got just below me, Mr. Professor Plum in the green box himself, not plum coloured for some reason. We've got the man of many pixels from our podcast, Richie, is with us again. Give us a wave, Richie. Just to prove you're right down there below me. And we do have a very special guest returning, the man of the hour, too sweet to be sour. Mr. Tom is back, but not in visual form yet. We're going to tease you with this. We're going to bring him back to you ever so slowly. So again, everyone out there knows Tom is in the middle of a move. He is here on the vocal cords. He's going to be singing for us later on. Tom, do you want to say hello to let the viewers know that you are actually, in fact, here?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm giving you a wave right now. You can't see it, but hey ho, there we go. I'm also going to give you a wave in game right there.
Okay. Oh, there he is. There you go.
That one, but...
Just to prove it.
But yeah, no thanks. Obviously, as you said, Chris, I'm very much in the middle of a move at the moment, and as is often the case, things don't always go as smoothly as you'd like them to. So no camera as of yet, but working on it. We're working on it.
We've got your logo there. Your ident. That'll do for now. Again, we're getting to see your avatar for the next few hours.
Yeah, we just need a stock picture of Tom that just dump in there.
I was tempted to use the elf.
Of green screen, yeah.
I was tempted to do that, but then I thought, no, not without his permission anyway. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, you join us for a Saturday stream at a different hour. It's not late, it's not early, it's not pre-recorded, it's actually live. We thought we'd jump in and play one of the free pro games for July and one of the probably more exciting games that's out on Stadia right now, just because it's nowhere else. It's we presume timed exclusive, right, gents? I'm not saying anything beyond that, but I can't imagine it's going to stay around.
Yeah, I'm sure they did say it was first to Stadia.
First to Stadia, that good old first to Stadia slogan. So we're going to jump in. We're probably going to play some games to start off with, just to showcase the kind of dexterity of the game a little bit, and then we're going to knuckle down and actually try and make something. Now, Tom, you've played a little bit of this, evidently by your dance moves already, and we're going to jump in and actually make something. Whatever that will be, we'll have to take a guess. I'm using mouse and keyboard, as recommended by yourself.
Yep.
You guys are both on mouse and keyboard as well?
No, I am controller.
Controller, okay, so we've got a mixed bag.
Yeah, so we'll talk through all the different controls and things when we get in there, but there is a stark difference between what you get with mouse and keyboard versus what you get with controller. So it's definitely something that people should be aware of if they haven't had the opportunity to get into game creation yet.
Right. So I've got our first game right here in the lobby. I'm gonna jump and say jump at the same time, right? If you jump when I don't jump, you're out. Okay, right. So I can see Tom and I can see Richie. You both see me okay?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
So for example, when I go jump, is this latency, Tom, or did you just not get the rules? Jump.
I think I've got quite a bit of lag.
Jump. 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 Alright, that first game went down like a lead balloon, so let's jump. Tom lost, Richie you won, congratulations. There we go. Of course, let us know, chat, if the audio and sound is adequate. Thank you to everyone as well joining us, by the way. Andy, welcome. I know you're probably prepping for Crayta as well later on today. We'll talk more about that as we reach the end of ours. Stadia Hunters once again in the chat. JP himself, and we've got Joey as well down in there so far, along with a few others. Let's move. Let's stop dancing. Let's stop jumping. Let's. Where do we go, Tom? Take us there.
So hit the escape button, go us to the menu, head over to play at the top, and let's jump into, if you scroll down to popular games, we're going to go and jump straight into a prop hunt, I think.
That has been the one I've heard is the most popular. So this is the kind of showcase of all the different menus and the games. These were the ones that were pretty much preloaded in by, presumably, the developers, right?
There's actually some third-party companies who've worked alongside them as well, so other indie game devs have worked creating things in there. Make sure you hit play though, because I'm currently loading up.
Alright, just leave you loading up.
See,
okay.
I actually went through in the lobby area. I went over to the proper icon to load in, rather than going through the menu. So
you went
multiple ways to join games.
Okay. Multiple ways. One of them's been a share link, correct? You can just share it in the chat.
Tom, I see you in this game. I'm in.
Yeah, excellent.
So the rules are on the wall. So each round, one player is chosen as the hunter. Everyone else is a prop. Props can toggle their prop disguise with a click of the mouse, or probably a button press for you, Richie. The hunter can use to fire their prop gun and catch the props. Okay. So it's just like a prop hunt on Call of Duty, but without the variety of weapons. So how do I know it starts?
Chris, you've not joined the same game as us then.
Oh, someone's with me.
We are in the party together, so I would have thought we
Yeah.
was in.
Oh no.
I'll give us the option to join as a party.
Should I leave? I'm nervous. There's just me and this
leave
other
if
guy. There's just 6 seconds. How do I get out?
Press escape, go back to the menu again.
Then just try and go into the menu.
Exit to return.
Enjoying the game that me and Tom are in.
I almost ended up stuck in a prop hunt with a randomer then.
You could even potentially go to the social menu and see if you can join via that way as well.
There's a lot. So Tom, you've also mentioned out that all the weird people waiting in the lobby just standing still, like the robots from the titular film I, Robot, when he opens up the warehouse crate and they just all stood not moving. That's what we've got right now. So a couple of Stadia players in the lobby, all dead to the world. So what do I need to do, gents, to... Again, very novice here.
Oh, right. Well, we've just started a round, so... what you'll need to do is you just either go to the social menu and try to join us via the social menu, or alternatively, I am a wheelchair. This
Join
is not
game.
useful.
Right, I'm joining your game, Tom.
Do you change? Do you get to select what you are? Because I'm currently a guitar.
I think you just keep clicking to cycle through, don't you?
Yeah. Oh, there we go. Chris is in the game as well now.
Are you the blue wheelchair?
I got killed.
I think I just saw a blue wheelchair next to me. I thought, oh, cool, we'll hide together.
So looking at the props list on the right hand side, you can see if the person's name is grayed out and almost like translucent, it means they have died.
Right.
Out of this round.
Right. I'm currently, I think because I've joined late, I'm currently like a Five Nights at Freddy's in charge of the cameras spectating.
Yeah. So make sure you just switch around and check out the different.
Yeah, we'll have a look. So, ladies and gentlemen in the chat, we're gonna see if we can find. So, are you two both dead?
No, I'm alive.
Richie, what are you? What are you,
I'm
Richie?
right next to the guy who's hunting.
What are you though?
I'm a guitar on the floor behind a fire extinguisher.
Can we see Richie? Can we see Richie?
Yeah. So Richie, what you'll also see on your screen as well is you'll see like an exposure level. As that goes up, you will start emitting a high-pitched beep, which the hunter, the hunter can hear that as well. Okay.
So that's like it's hotter, colder kind of spectrum.
Yeah. So to get rid of that, you need to move around as the other person is doing in the room. The more you move, the lower the meter.
So you don't camp.
Go.
Does
so
the meter
you
do
can't.
anything apart from being annoying?
There's a flower pot. Moving flower pot.
It tells the hunter where you are, so they can follow those audible beeps. They can hear them.
I see.
The Guinness in chat is saying Prop Hunt is basically a game mode from Gary's mod. Yeah, this Crayta and Gary's mod have a lot in common in terms of what you can do with them. So expect to see a lot of things migrate across, essentially.
He doesn't know where I am. He stood next to me. He stood on me.
Yeah,
stood on you.
There is a guy literally on the desk next to you as well who keeps flashing on and off.
Oh right, yeah, I keep seeing him. Yeah. So you're in this room, Richie.
5 seconds. Yeah, you see where the guy stood? The guitar at his
Oh,
feet.
he's just...
he just got me.
Also, a guitar in the office.
Oh, there's a desk cabinet moving around.
Oh, the radio's moving.
It seems so obvious when you're spectating.
Yeah, because when you watching the spectating, it just seemed like I was just stood there.
Well, yeah, there's one guy who's obviously stood there as a stool, but I presume to the actual guy playing, he doesn't look like himself. Where's he gone?
No.
He's not even been in half the other rooms.
So, like I said, the hunters can hear that beeping, but because you're in a room with lots of props, it's very difficult for them to actually discern what is what.
Right.
All right, let's go for another round then.
Yes, here we go.
So play a couple of rounds of this.
Yeah.
Somebody will be randomly selected as well as the hunter. Okay.
Okay, just get the
feels
rules.
like I hope one of us
look.
because if Chris is selected, we can just watch you use the screen.
Hi.
It's not. It's Gav Mac.
I'm glitching out massively.
Oh, yeah, me too. Oh, excellent! I've got a great prop. I've got a great prop.
I'm a vase. Where would you put a vase?
telephone.
Oh, I got shot. I was an obvious camera on the table. I thought I hit it in a good place. Sorry, chat, I was watching along. Well, I'll do better next time, I promise. So what are you guys?
I'm a green vase.
Telephone.
Just outside the office area. Actually, neither you can actually see me on the stream, Chris.
I'm a camera now, remember?
Yeah, I just glanced at the stream and I could see myself. I'm stood right next to one of the guys.
Are you what are you, Richie?
Like the green vase.
Oh, in the corridor.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. How did he get me so early? I was a tiny little... I see you moving. I was a tiny little camcorder hidden on a desk full of electronics, and yet he got me straight away. Maybe he saw me move, I suppose. I see Richie. Tom, what are you?
I am a telephone, and I am in the office on the desk. If you see an
Give me a jump. Give me a
telephone,
jump. Give me a jump.
I'm behind the pillar.
Yeah.
Oh, you're behind the pillar.
in the
All right. I
room.
can see Richie coming into the room. There's just like a green vase creeping around.
I'm gonna start moving.
Oh, I saw you. He's in the room, Tom. Hide.
I see him.
I can't. This camera angle's terrible.
I can just see 2 telephones running around.
I can't see anything because of the camera angle against this wall.
Are you the green telephone or the red telephone, Tom?
I am the green, like the old-fashioned.
All right, he's behind. Don't go out that gap. Oh, he's there.
No, I can see him.
All right, of course, yeah, you get full rate. For some reason, I'm thinking your view is suddenly restricted down to telephone height. Oh shit, he's got you. Run! He's coming around the corner. He's trying to shoot you. He's coming around. Jump! He's got you, Tom. 2 telephones.
He's getting close.
Oh, Tom, he's got one of the telephones. Your comrade's down. You're just going to piss him off right now. He's coming around the corner. It also relies on how good your aiming is, I suppose, as well. Oh, Richie!
Oh, yeah.
He just saw your vase.
Definitely.
Your vase just ran past the corridor he was looking at. Tommy's committed to killing you now. He's just wasting all his time hunting you.
He's still looking for me.
Give up, man. Just move on. There's a big green vase. Yeah, he's lost. Yeah, he's lost. Yeah.
Hang on. There we go.
6, 5, 4.
Yeah, he doesn't have a clue.
3, 2, 1.
Wow. Well done, props. Well done. Props to you.
Fantastic. Well done. Oh man, that was fun.
I don't know how he didn't find me at one point because there's a good like 20 seconds where he stood in the corridor right next to me.
Right. Hopefully, I'm going to do a little
You
bit better.
can get
this time.
absolutely shafted with which prop you get as well in this.
Yeah.
I've been a sofa before.
Surely just staying still's the best thing for that.
I thought my prop was pretty bad to be honest because it's a massive green vase. It was quite distinct.
A lamp.
Oh, what am I doing?
Oh, I'm a radio. Are you the lamp on like the middle desk, Tom?
Yeah, that's it. The silver lamp. I'm pointing between 2 computers.
Yeah, I'm the radio next to you.
Oh, I'm a chair right next to him. Don't shoot the chair. Don't shoot the chair.
I'm just gonna beep. I'm just gonna let the beeps happen. We've got a microwave in here with us.
Well, to be fair, there's a toaster
Come on,
in
chair,
here
move.
anyway.
True.
Can I just point out, I feel sorry for the guy who's got like the massive old CRT and workstation compared to everyone else in this office.
I'm a chair moving down the corridor. Oh, I see him in the other room.
With us, Tom.
He is.
Oh,
He can hear these beeps.
The
He
camera
knows we're in
angles.
here.
camera angle's terrible. Just gonna be a chair. Just be a chair
If
for a
you
while,
get the
Chris.
wall, yeah, the cameras it can be a bit of a pain.
Yeah, glitching out. I'm just a chair. Just a chair moving. The exposure level. Is he exploring different rooms?
Yeah. He's moved into like the boardroom. Oh,
No.
somebody's just come running out.
I can't see if he saw me or not. I wish you could zoom. Oh shit, he's in the same room as me. He's in the same room as me, but I'm just a chair.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh.
Right. Calm down.
Oh, it's on his head!
I feel like using the
It's on his
controller
head.
would be better at this point. Switch to a controller, gents, just really quickly for better.
Can't get me! Oh. When the lamps attack.
I was just having fun trying to jump at him. Just trying to sneak behind him every time he's
Oh,
trying to shoot you.
dear.
Chris is all
Right,
over
Chris,
now.
where are you?
Just a chair in the office.
Oh, that's you moving around.
The little orange and white chair, yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, like the rolly chair.
Yeah, I'm trying to stay in places a chair would be found. Like against the
That's
desk.
what I was doing until I decided.
Wait, what room's he in? Am I good to move at all? Oh shit. What
Still
room's
in
he?
the office, I think.
Alright,
Yeah,
oh.
he's in the main
Shit, I
office.
moved,
Oh,
I
he's in
moved,
your
I
room, he's in
moved,
your
I
room,
moved,
he's in
I
your
know.
room.
Oh shit. Shit, chair, run! Run, chair!
Oh no!
Run, chair! Ah, he got me. Damn it!
There is a guy still hiding
Damn
in
it.
a dark room. Yeah, there's. If you switch over to the sort of like the storage room, like the
Yeah.
locker room, there's a little
Yeah.
guy. It's like a little yellow thing.
Is it like a mop
Filled
bucket?
The room full of little yellow things.
Is it a mop bucket?
Oh!
Oh, you won.
You move too much. You move too much. All right.
Oh wow, that's the first hunter win I've seen.
Yeah.
Well.
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 It's a fun game.
Should we do one more?
Yeah, prop hunt is okay.
Yeah,
Play
I think
one
One
more.
more. I feel like I got
Next round.
I got a better grips of it there using the controller as opposed to the mouse and keyboard.
Yeah.
I just feel like when you've spent your entire gaming life playing console, jumping suddenly to a mouse and keyboard for like third person movement is a bit quick and jarring. Oh, you do dances. Oh, it always glitches out when the level starts, doesn't it, for you guys?
Big green.
Oh,
bars
what's
now.
going on?
I'm a
Excellent.
toilet. Right,
Oh,
let's-
guys, how do you change to your prop? I'm a tree. I'm a tree in the corner. Shit. Oh no! Oh, damn it! He came up the.
Richie, that was me, the green vase.
Now, am I right in thinking that the like Call of Duty version gives you at least a few seconds to hide somewhere rather than just throwing the hunter in immediately?
Yeah.
Like, I just started as a tree and I moved, and the second I moved, I was a tree in front of an elevator, which is never going to happen.
Nope.
Right, there we go. I'm a toilet, but I look like a place where a toilet would be. I think I've got myself nice and pushed against the wall.
Right. What are you guys?
Is that a toilet pun?
Take it.
Nice. I am a giant green vase, and I am hiding in a toilet cubicle.
In the cubicle.
In the cubicle, with the door shut.
Let's cycle through. Richie, what are
Come
you?
over- I'm the toilet in the toilet cubicle.
Ah, perfect. Oh, I
Come
saw
over.
the
You
I
can
saw
come
the
over to my
vase.
cubicle and get on top of me. Hold on.
Why is there a chair in that cubicle?
I'm next one over.
This is like the most surreal thing to see. There's a vase just gone in that cubicle, sir. What are you two
sorry,
doing in there?
this one was- Oh, sorry.
Is it occupied, Tom, though, when it's a toilet that's in there?
Hold on.
You're in human form, Tom.
I know I am.
What's happening?
I'm playing with fire. Oh, hide.
He's in the corridor. He's coming down the corridor. Oh,
Right,
I think.
managed to
Oh,
pitch
The door's
camera
opening.
So I can see the doorway a bit.
oh, there's a little bowl. There's a little bowl of punch.
Still
What?
got a minute.
My
to go.
my exposure level is just creeping up towards
Yeah.
Right.
that bar.
He's in the,
My exposure is 100%.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna find me, not you, isn't he?
that's Richie's
Yeah,
fan.
because I'm a toilet where you'd expect to see a toilet.
There's a bowl of soup.
Oh,
Oh,
okay,
he's
that's
in the utility room. He's looking. There's a basketball that doesn't belong, I think. No.
Oh, I heard a door.
There's the punch bowl's moving around something chronic. There's a couple of them. You're just gonna hide in the cubicle for another 20 seconds. Oh, he's in the corridor. He's in the corridor, Tom.
Hide. Quickly hide. 10 seconds. Here we go.
Is there an ice cream van where one of you guys are?
Yeah, it's pulled outside my house.
Get us a cornetto, Richie.
Hey!
I don't know.
We're in the office.
He's got flakes.
He's got flakes.
Yeah.
Flaky. Right. Should we give a shot at some of this world building?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah.
All right. So make sure you hit escape and then hit exit and return
to the hub.
Oh, claim my rewards.
Oh yeah, definitely claim those rewards.
Got a Rainbow City item.
Yeah, claim those rewards.
I'm gonna add that.
Emoticon. Great.
So I think the easiest way for us to do this, Tom, is if you jump into the editor, then send me and Chris invites.
Yeah, absolutely.
When we were trying that out, I think that was the easiest solution.
Of course. Okay. So, just to clue chat up on what we're going to do, first of all, we're going to... Oh, my game had a glitch. How about that?
How about that?
What we're going to do to start off with is we are going to create sort of like a general hub world to begin with, just to give Chris and Richie the opportunity to familiarize themselves a little bit with the world creation tools. Both Chris and Richie will have very different experiences depending on whether they're using mouse and keyboard or controller, though, as well. I have had quite an opportunity to play with this, so hopefully I'll be able to steer them along the right way.
Hopefully. Are you going to stick with controller, Richie, just so we get a mix of 50-50 split? Cool.
I am. The problem I'm having at the moment is I'm using a 4K monitor, but my PC can only output 30 frames per second to it when the game's trying to run at 60. It's just not playable with mouse and keyboard at the moment.
Fair enough.
It's just a weird quirk of my setup, which will be remedied very soon. But
fair dues. Welcome, Rusty, and Maker of Chaos in the chat as well. Thanks for joining us, gents. Or ladies. I always presume that the gamer tags are gents for some reason.
Alright, so we're going to create just a blank, empty world to begin with. No preset rules whatsoever. What should we go for with a name on this, gents? Let's give it a name. Let's give it a name.
Sounds of Stadia map 1.
That's such a generic name. I always used to play, when I played like Roller Coaster Tycoon and stuff, I always used to call it Christopolis.
Okay.
But obviously not for this one. No, not for this one, because it's all of us.
I had an idea. We could, as we are Sounds of Stadia and we're creating something in Google Stadia on the cloud, how about we call it SoundCloud?
Copyright strike coming straight in. Cloud City.
Cloud Sound.
Cloud Sound. SoundCloud? SoundCloud.
Does chat have any ideas?
Yeah, does chat have any ideas? Throw them out. Let us know.
Yeah, absolutely.
Keep it clean as well.
All right.
I mean, when we launch our first ever game, you might be able to jump in with us.
Very true.
If you have the game, of course.
I think I've got a good one, actually.
Does anyone just
as we're going to be
climbing the hub world?
Yeah, actually, there's a few things you can find in the hub world as well. I'm going to go with Soundscape. How about that? Soundscape.
Yeah, noisiest game out there.
Absolutely. All right. Apply and continue. We're going to pick a preset image. I know you guys can't see this, but we'll just go and create a world. We'll go with this. Create and enter. Okay.
The music's
Very
super
true,
chill
Russ.
in this
We can
game.
definitely do that. You are right. We've got Emon in chat as well. Okay. Right, let's get these boys in here. Invite to game.
Please do. Create a wire.
Should have
ice.
brought you in here now.
Do I have to accept something? Do I have to accept something?
I am in a blank world.
Okay, you should have received a friend, like an invite.
Through
an
Stadia,
actual
not the
invite.
game.
Yeah.
Yes, through Stadia.
There it is. It doesn't ping up, which is weird.
It pinged for me.
It pings, but you're set to busy, so it won't. Notifications will be off for you.
Also, accept
right.
a friend request from Spagley.
Okay,
So
so
nice.
this is going to be a nice, plain place just to start off with. Just this is just a template.
I can confirm it is a plain place.
All right. So the mode you'll be in at the moment is purely just you have a hotbar at the bottom that you can set different assets to, so different blocks or voxels, as we use to actually create, you know, the world itself. So Richie, you'll have a slightly different view to us because you're playing with controller, but the gist will generally be the same. So Chris, the first thing I want you to do is just hit L on your keyboard to open the asset library.
Oh, Minecraft.
Okay. Yeah. So you've got all of the different blocks there that you can see. All of the ones, there are some of them like the carpet and the glass that if you click on them, you can select lots of different colors from the menu there for them. So you can have glass of different colors, carpet of different colors, and so on. Those are your voxels. So the voxels are essentially the world building tools. Everything is based on voxels, which are essentially 3D pixels. They are blocks of pixels, basically. So you can select those, you can drag them down to your bar, or you can double click to assign them to the bar. First thing to do is literally just grab a block.
Who's trying to drown me?
Start trying to build something with it.
I was trying to drown you.
I'm gonna go over here. And, so is it just the number hotkeys to jump through the actual things? Cool.
Yeah. So if you hit one, you hit 1, 2, 3, or 4, or so on, then that will cycle through it. You'll also notice as well on the left-hand side, Chris, that it'll tell you are currently set to a tool called Add or Remove Voxels, and it's a 2x2x2 as well. Yeah. So on your keyboard, you can hit the comma key. It's not very intuitive in my opinion, but the comma key.
I'll make it bigger.
And that will cycle through 3x3, 4x4, a whole fill tool to change the entire section of the same color.
Yeah.
Yeah. Extrude, which allows you to pick something up or put it down, as in with extrude, you can basically grab and drag and raise it or lower it like that. Or you can set it to grow and erode, which we'll talk about later. But for now, just get familiar with the building tools to start with. Richie, in the meantime, has made tons of water.
We're trying to delete.
Trying to delete it. All right. I'll help you out with that there, Richie. All right. So in the advanced editor, we can actually have access to a lot more tools as well, which will allow us to select entire areas like so. Oh, I see you've had a go at trying to delete some of it. And I'm just going to try and make sure that
It's not very intuitive, the delete. I'm deleting some of the floor as I go here.
Yeah, like I say, it's not really designed for controller. I'm just going to clear this whole area right there.
That's a smarter way to do it.
Okay, so just selected the whole area and deleted it. Emon is asking, can we increase our volume, please, Chris?
Yes, we can. Once I've finished
we increase our volume.
Once I've finished my little grass veg. Yeah.
And a little puddle here, Richie. You created a puddle.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm just going to smooth this area out as well, so we'll smooth it.
2 seconds. Volume for the people. Turning desktop audio up. That should be a bit louder for you guys.
I think I've just placed some magic lasers.
You have placed 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 magic laser spirals.
I don't know. Oh, I hope. If I hope the preview, does it do anything to you guys?
Yes, it puts all of us into that mode.
All right. Yep. Sorry about that.
Okay. Right. So I'm going to hit F5.
Where's my house gone? There it is over there.
It's still there.
Who put something in my window?
They're magic lasers. I'll delete them.
What, should you delete the whole house now?
So, Chris,
yes.
What you are doing at the moment is quite wasteful of your time. What we can do really is, I want you to switch over to the extrude tool instead. So hit comma until it says extrude on the left-hand side.
Extrude. Got it.
Okay. Right. Now, if you move your mouse over the different faces of the objects, it goes sort of like a light blue color.
Yeah,
Okay. So if you click that surface and drag either up or down, you'll see what happens as you do that.
Make more grass.
Yeah, so rather than you having to spend time placing blocks individually, let's say you've placed a column, you could literally just go, oh, right, okay, I want to extend this wall out. Right, okay, there you go. Wall is extended.
Wow, you could build a house way quicker than me. Andy, I've never played this before, and I like Minecraft, so there you go. Maybe I just want to play the game like Minecraft. Where they say, oh, the house is gone.
I'm trying to figure out how to use things like extrude in the controller, using the controller.
Build a house.
All right. So first thing I want you to do is just get started by just build a little hut, just build a little building, and just try the tools out just to do that.
See, if we look
have a
at
bit
if
of
we
a
look
go
at what's
there.
on screen, mine looks a lot better than what these guys came up with. If we go look at Richie's pile of shit over here,
I am
look
going
at that,
to.
magnificent.
I'm going to tweak the world a little bit. Okay. Wow.
Well,
Okay.
I mean,
Use the full tool in the entire world.
I mean, you've got the right month for it. It is Pride Month after all, so why not have a rainbow floor?
Yeah, let's do it. Let's make everything rainbow.
Oh, let's not, because that'll be just so just
On the eyes,
vomit-inducing for some people. Yeah.
very
All right.
colourful and bright.
So, yeah. So Richie, just find a spot somewhere in the world and just start trying to craft something. In the meantime, I'm going to go over to this corner and I'm going to start working on the next project for us.
Right, what I want is grass or something like that. Let's go with plants jungle.
Making my world. Is there a way to do this without the person? Because I feel like he's quite irrelevant at the moment in time.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
Double
can-
tap space.
Oh, he's
And you
typing
will
on his
switch
watch.
to your drone instead.
Does it do the animation every time I switch?
No, only the first time
Thank-
per time you join a world.
All right, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Right, now we're
So
in,
if you
like,
want to go
kinda-
down, you hold C to go down as well, like the crouch key. So C will make you go down as
How
well.
would you know that?
It just gives you a bit more scope as
Yeah, how would you know that without you telling me?
well. It tells you in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Oh,
double
right,
tap
yeah,
spacebar to fly drone,
I'll see if
and
it's...
likewise if you make a mistake, control Z to undo.
Right.
I must point out though, the controls for the drone kind of suck with the controller. It's nice and smooth, but to go up, it's A. To go down is R3, which is like one of the
See?
least intuitive things ever.
It is, it's definitely more designed for use on mouse and keyboard, the creation tools. So I don't want people to think for a moment that it is definitely designed for that purpose in particular.
It's probably, I think it's fully
okay.
customizable anyway, so I could probably change that if I wanted to.
Yeah.
Right. So I've messed up some of the ground outside, just to make it look more natural. Naturale. If I go up to the library, then I'm guessing there's other assets in here that we can use.
Yeah. If you want to play around and have a look and see if you've got any questions about those, let me know.
Richie,
Yeah.
look behind you.
Giant skull. I'm actually over at the forest area.
Oh, you're in your
Building
drone,
myself a
are you?
little
Is that
base.
why you're on the watch?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I forgot. I left my guy over there. I'm just building myself a little base.
Nice.
Is there a way to make them smaller assets? Like change the size of them? I would imagine.
So what would you like to change the size of?
I've currently got an archery target, and it's the size. I suppose it's the right size for a human.
But what if you're not human?
Well, exactly. I'm just having a look at all that. Okay, we've got
Sorry
someone's
about that.
laminated everywhere.
Yeah, can someone undo
It's all right.
that?
I will undo that. Yes. Actually, no. You have to undo the things that you do.
Okay.
Is that so someone doesn't come into your
Um,
world and just basically dick all over everything you've made?
Pretty much, yeah,
I don't know
pretty
how
much.
to undo that, so I'll just.
That's
fill
all right.
everything grass.
I will. That's it. That's all you need to do. All you need to do is refill it.
What I was trying to do is.
Oh, he's done it again.
Did I?
Back to laminate. Back to grass.
And we're back.
Oh, I figured out undo and redo. I figured out the button presses.
Is it Control Z
excellent.
like Microsoft Word?
No, it's left and right on the D-pad.
Oh, it's Control Z for us keyboard people.
Yeah, which is
For us
more
peasants.
intuitive.
For us peasants. See, I'm back.
So
Just...
what I was trying to do is I've got a little area where I've cut off the floor where I was just going to fill with laminate flooring in my forest,
Yep.
and I accidentally filled the entire map. I thought I thought that I dug down that it'd only fill like the cutout area.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Tom, how does one rotate assets?
Okay. So what you want to do now, Chris, is while you're in that mode there, press Tab on your keyboard, and that'll take you through to the advanced editor mode instead.
Shit.
Okay, so this is where you can do a lot more stuff with your assets and so on. At the top, you've got a bunch of tools. The first thing you want to do is you want to press the one that looks like the mouse arrow. So it's just the select tool, basically. Okay, and then click on the asset that you want to rotate.
Yep. Oh, it's gone into the earth.
Whee! All right, and while you've got it selected, at the top, it says transform, and you've got two icons. You've got one with the almost like an up, down, left, right.
Yeah.
That's the move tools, and the next one to it is the rotate. So that's or you could press F2.
Okay, so you can rotate it in many different directions. I just meant turn it sideways so the fence moved.
Yeah. So just select it. Go to the rotate tools, and you want to rotate the top one, the blue one.
Yeah. Is there a way I can do that with the core assets as opposed to doing it individually by fence panel? When I'm placing it, just to place.
Yeah. So all you have to do there is just change the angle you're looking at it from. So just move to a different angle, and it should just reposition depending on the angle you're looking at.
Right. It was doing it a little bit, and then it seemed to get away from me.
That worked for you?
A little bit, seems to. Kind of can't make smile. I was hoping there'd be something like just, like use the roller on the mouse would just do it. Damn it. Again, a lot of my kind of creation knowledge basically just comes from Roller Coaster Tycoon and The Sims, so if stuff doesn't play exactly like that, I'm probably going to be at a loss for what buttons to press. I feel like there should just be a rotate button. No.
Yeah, I keep thinking of Tony Hawk's actually. There was the skate park creators out in that were pretty good.
Is Tom still with us?
Oh, he's lost connection.
Bye, Tom. Richie, we need to figure this out. There's got to be an easier way to rotate when you're placing.
I don't think I have access to the more complicated feature sets.
I'm still in the basic one. I can place a fence. I just want to rotate the fence 90 degrees.
Is it the little what greater than less than buttons?
Greater than less than buttons. What are they?
Yeah, next to your right shift. Feels like that would be somewhat slightly intuitive.
I did press R for rotate and it just moves my guy to where I put him. Help us out, chat. Lost connection. Oh, I've pressed a number. Right.
Controls. Let's have a look for the control list.
That would be helpful, yeah.
Gameplay, actions, editor. Let's see.
You're going to get different ones to me anyway.
No, I can see all three. I can see mouse, keyboard, and controller.
Alright. So rotate asset is what we basically want.
Have our cameras just messed up with Tom leaving Discord?
Yeah, but we've just kind of got like blurred lines throughout us.
Yeah, it's fine.
That'll do for now. You just get, I think you've just got like more of me and your bodies, maybe? F2 to rotate, Tom says. F2 to rotate. Even from beyond the grave, he can help us out.
Yeah, you should be able to hear me now, gents. Can I just confirm?
I can confirm.
Yeah, we can hear you.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Okay. So the next thing I want to show you once you've just got something pretty basic set up is I sort of want to show you how you can take something that you've pre-created in case you want to duplicate it. So let's say you've created a house, how you can take that house and then create that almost like a template so you can move that and create several houses instead. So when you come to world building, that's something that's going to be really quite useful for you to actually, understand what to do there. So now this realistically only works with the actual voxels. So we'll have to talk about how you get the assets to move with it as well. But like I say, to start with, I think the best thing to do is just try to create a small, in fact, I'll set you a little challenge, gents. Wow, did you just fill that whole area with water?
Yeah. That'd be funny.
Wow. All right. So, gents, let's just stop what we're doing for a second and let's actually we're actually going through a bit of a tutorial here. Here we go.
All right.
So pick any voxel, any block, and I want you to create an 8 by 8 by 2. So that's 8 wide, 8 deep. 8 wide, 8 width, depth, height. 8 by 8 by 2, width, depth, height. So essentially, it should be a square that goes up slightly.
8 by 8. It's for them.
How did you make the voxels a difference? I figured it out. What did you want? An 8 by 8?
8 by 8 by 2.
I feel like I've just gone back to... I've totally forgot how you do the drag it out landscapey thing.
So to change it back to that mode, Chris, you want to hit... try hitting F1 again.
The landscape mode.
Sorry, landscape mode. You mean...
Like where you dragged it out and
in...
it just extended the wall.
Oh, the extrude mode.
Extrude, that's the word.
Yeah, extrude.
I need like a list of keyboard commands like on a piece of paper.
Yeah,
right next to me.
I get that. I get that.
In fact,
so,
you know what?
Loads of macro setup.
So Richie, if you look over to what I've created here, this is what I'm looking for.
Oh,
8 by 8, so like a flat square.
well, I like mine better.
There's a reason I want to do this.
Fine.
There's a reason I want to do it like this.
Oh.
Guys, one thing I would suggest as well for anyone following along in chat too, what I am about to teach these guys is available as a video online on the Crayta YouTube channel as well. I'm just using this as an example just to help these gents sort of get to grips with some of the basics of what you can really achieve. I'm just going to throw another...
So far, I definitely would recommend mouse and keyboard for building.
Yeah.
What was the extrude button again?
So you just hit the comma key until it says extrude on the left-hand side.
I was pressing C for comma. Oh.
I haven't really used the extrude tool yet.
The extrude tool can be incredibly useful. Incredibly useful.
It's like The Sims when you make the wall bigger.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Like, there's no point sitting there wasting time placing individual blocks when you can get the extrude tool, place one, and then just drag it the length that you need it to go.
There you go. Is that what you wanted, Tom? Did you want just a big brick house?
Not quite.
You said 8 by 2.
You come over to where I am.
Are you in the house with the door?
Yeah, but so I am by the house with the door.
Yeah.
So what I think you've created there is, so I think you've created, when you've said 8 by 8 by 2, you may have put down like each individual 8 as like a block of 4.
I just went for the biggest voxel size. Voxel
Yeah,
Astra,
so I just wanted you to go for like. So what I went.
Right. What what colour bricks are you using, Chris? So I don't interfere. I'm just playing around.
The same as my house.
You're using actual brick, so I won't
Yes.
play with anything actual brick then. So I'm using the floorboards.
You use wood. I'm using like volcanic rock. Okay. So what I want you to do, Chris, is I want you to create an 8 by 8 by 2. So it should be using the 2 by 2 by 2 squares, really. But it should be made up. So it should be 8 wide and 2 thick. So if it's 2 by 2 by 2, that means you need to put 4 down, and then it's already 2 thick. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Okay.
Let's see. I've got my tiny little voxels, one
How
by
high
one,
can we go?
2 by 2.
Quite high. Oh wow. Is that you doing that?
Yeah, I'm just extruding and just holding up.
Okay.
I just want to see what the cap is.
All right. I mean, I'm going to assume that we've
It's
gone
gotta be a
past.
ceiling.
Yeah, I'm going to assume you've gone past our visual. Oh no, you haven't gone past our visual limit. That's still going up.
Right. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to change I'm going to put a block on top.
That's right, Chris. Yeah.
Why do I keep forgetting what extrude is?
So extrude, you hit the comma key until your tool. So it's your voxel tool. So you hit comma until it says extrude.
Yeah,
so if that's a 2x2x2,
yep,
you want to drag it out until it's 4 across instead. So at the moment it's 2. Yeah, so that's good. That's good. So now you've got 8 there. Cool. Yeah, it might be 1 too deep. I'm just going to fix that bit for you. There. Okay. All right. Okay. And that is that 1 deep or 2 deep? That's 1 deep at the moment. So you want to make it, so you want to grab the top of it with the extrude tool and take it up 1 block.
Bang.
So literally just click and drag up. There, perfect. Perfect. Okay. So you've extruded that and you've made that whole block look like this.
Yep.
You know what? Kudos to this game and draw distance.
Yeah, that's really, really high.
Can you see the third phase of it? Because there's 3 distinct colours. Yeah, that's water on top of there.
That's the Tower of Babel. That is.
Yeah, I made it an infinity pool. It's like one 4x4 brick, but it's really high.
So, gents, if you take a look at what I've then done, I've then put a ring around it of a different block, and it's just 1 block thick, but it goes all the way around the perimeter of it. So can you do that to your blocks again now? I am going somewhere with this. I am going somewhere with it. Just need you to try it out first, just to familiarize yourself with the tools.
I think the obvious thing to do would be to use meat for this bit.
Meat. Yeah, meat.
See, I just go for something that's aesthetically pleasing. Richie's like, I'm gonna put
meat around it. I'm surprised you didn't use cheese for the main bit and meat as like.
Well, I already had the floorboard set, so I thought I'd use that.
All right. In the meantime, I'm gonna check out your tower while you're doing that. Right. That is insane.
I want to extrude my meat.
I'm sorry. I want to extrude my meat.
Right, I'm finished, Tom. Done it.
Excellent. Okay.
Meat was a bad choice.
I'm at the water.
I don't think it's let me extrude very well. So
extrude the meat
medieval bricks
from the animal.
Right. Excellent. Excellent. Okay. Now, I don't think Richie can actually do the next part of this.
We'll figure it
because of using using controller.
Right, so not just because of Richie's capabilities, but the actual format in which he's playing.
Yes, absolutely. Like I said before, keyboard and mouse has access to the advanced tools, whereas the controller is just the basic tool set. So it depends what you want to achieve. I know some people have actually created some pretty cool things just using their mobile phones, which is really cool.
Damn.
Space Union says, are you guys going to build it or can we help you? So at the moment, I'm just running these guys through a brief tutorial on how to do certain things, and then we're going to get into creating something. Hopefully something that we can perhaps get some more people involved in.
Yeah, judging by my talents, I feel like the more help the merrier at this stage.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
So, all right.
Yeah.
So now you've got your 8x8x2 surrounded by your little block, like your sort of like pedestal type thing. What I want you to do, Chris, is I want you to hit the tab key. Okay?
Yep.
And along the top, there's a tool called Volume Select. It looks like a hollow cube, like the frame of a cube.
Yep.
Okay?
Got it.
What I want you to do now is this is how you actually select things in the world as well. So if you want to create meshes out of something, now meshes are like interactable objects, or you can create like templates based on stuff you've built yourself. Mm-hmm. So what I want you to do is in the corner of one of your outer perimeter, sort of like in line with the top layer of your blocks, sort of click there, and I want you to click and drag. And basically what I want you to do is I want you to select the whole thing that you've built, so including the pedestal. So it should be, when it's fully selected, it should select the top layer of bricks and the bottom layer of like your pedestal, and it should also include that like airspace around it, shall we say. but it shouldn't select the ground, like the grass around it.
Right. It looks like it.
I just want you to
allows
select
me
that at the
to
moment.
Select on top of the base layer, but not the.
That's
actual...
right, and then use the blue one. Like you've got an up blue and a down blue,
Yep.
and then drag that.
Oh right, yeah, I can see it. So drag it down.
So you can
Right,
tell what's
cool.
highlighted because it goes like a light blue color.
Yeah. Oh, well, I just need to get.
I definitely don't have access to that.
Right.
Okay.
Pedestals highlighted in totality.
I can't find a
Great.
way of getting access to it.
Okay. So once you've got that, Chris, you should see some commands at the top of the menu as well. I want you to hit extract.
Extract. Yep.
Okay. And now with extract, what you've done is you've now created a voxel mesh out of it.
Right.
So if you now actually change on the left-hand side in your menu, change to voxel meshes rather than voxels.
Oh, from the drop-down box. Yeah, voxel to meshes.
Yeah, from the drop-down box, you'll see. You can, yeah. So we've now created those. So we've got terrain extract and terrain extract 2. Obviously, you'll want to right-click it and rename it. Give it a name. So I'm going to call mine Onyx Platform. So then you've got yours terrain extract.
This should. Oh, so voxel meshes is ours.
Yeah, they're the things that we've created.
How do I know which one's mine? Onyx
So
platform.
you definitely got voxel. Onyx Platform is mine. Yours is terrain extract. So first thing you want to do is you want to click it.
Yeah.
And now if you move your mouse around, you'll see, oh look, it's a duplicate of what you've already created.
Tom, would you be quickly able to create a mesh from mine? That way,
Yeah, of course,
I can.
absolutely, absolutely, yeah.
Oh yeah, then I've got multiple ones of this.
Yeah.
Although
So
the mesh one is
you
bigger
call
than
it
my
Chris-
original one. Chris's super
Chris
brick
Super
barbecue
Brick
base.
Barbecue. I like it. I like it.
Although yeah, oddly enough, the Oh no, I get. Okay, cool. I get it. So then we just got multiple
Richie...
assets essentially that we've made ourselves.
Yeah. So Richie, I've made yours now. So yours is now in that list called terrain extract.
Okay.
So
I can. Yeah,
we
I'm just...
want to give it another name. Okay.
I don't know if I can rename it. I'll see if I can.
Yep, I've lost my connection.
I can't see an option to rename.
Okay.
To be honest, it's probably useful that one of us is using controller so we can see what the differences are.
Yeah, definitely. That's the whole point of what we want to try out right now, is to get...
Yeah.
It looks like our world has 4 giant buttons to press from above.
So what we're going to do next is we're actually going to add scripts to them, Chris, so they actually do something.
Okay. Does it going to make a barbecue?
No, but we can add a fire to it if you want to.
Yeah, let's get a fire pit going.
You want to get a fire going?
It's Saturday after Richie's turned it into a pride barbecue. Pride barbecue.
Yes. Richie's figured something else out now.
Yeah. We're using the fill tool when it fills on all the duplicates.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you'll be editing that asset, I suppose.
Yeah.
Yeah. So exactly. So it is a template. So wherever you put the template, it's just a stamp of the same thing. So if you change one of them, it changes all of them. Okay. So again, what you can do, you can place them, but now what you can do, Chris, which is a little bit cooler and a little bit different to what you did before, is even though it's made of voxels, you can now use that rotate tool on it. So you can now rotate it and make them diamonds, for example. So I've just I'm rotating all of them through 45 degrees. So whereas before when you were creating the voxels, you couldn't actually do like angles and stuff. When you create a mesh out of it,
Right, I see. So would it be a stretch?
So if people are wondering
right now if we could attempt to make Minas Tirith from Lord of the Rings, is that a bit of a elaborate journey?
We might need the community for that, I think.
That'd be awesome. Yeah. Anyway, what were we going to say?
Battle of Pelennor Fields.
So, and the scale of what you're doing with these could be, it could be much bigger. I think there is a limit to the size you can create a voxel mesh of, which is, I think it's 250 by 250 by 250. So Richie's tower far exceeds that. far exceeds it.
Let's not talk about Richie's tower too much. We don't want him getting a bit of an ego.
It's made of black
Yeah.
marble now,
Black
I know.
marble tower.
and it extrudes from a forest.
Richie, if you're going to make a tower that's black marble that goes that high, you need to put the Eye of Sauron at the top.
I don't want to climb back all the way up there. It took me ages.
Well,
All right.
right. How are we putting
So,
this
Chris-
fire on the fire pit then, Tom?
Yeah, let's do a fire. So what we're going to do is I want you to go back to your menu, and I want you to change from voxel meshes now, and I want you to go just to meshes.
Meshes.
Now, you've had to play around with some of the meshes already. You've found out the the archery targets, the fences, and so on.
Yep.
What you can do, you can see. I know chat won't be able to see. Might just be hidden behind our photos, but oh no, they'll be okay. You've got a tags box. I want you to click that tags box, and essentially these are all pre-named categories that you can select to sort of narrow down the search. So we realistically, what are we looking for? We're looking for a campfire. So we're going to look for a campfire, which we will find as soon as I get there
Got one.
under
Logs.
logs, which is actually Western Frontiers is the thing. You want to get the large ones. So there's one called Logs Campfire and one Logs Campfire Jumbo.
Jumbo.
Click that and bring it out and place it on your plateau, right in the middle.
I put a cauldron.
Campfire Jumbo.
Cauldron, cool,
Bang.
nice.
Not really in the
Cauldron
middle.
works. Yep, smack bang in the middle. Oh, he's placed a second one.
Yeah, I didn't like how it didn't like go to both edges. That's what a campfire is. They just throw more logs on, right?
Yeah, just chuck it in there.
Well, I've just made a bigger one by using the big campfire tool, and then there's a little one to put a few extras around.
Fair enough.
Can
Fair
I
enough.
extrude the
Okay.
logs?
No, you can't. So meshes interact differently compared to voxels. So the extrusion will work with the voxels, but it won't work with meshes.
Oh, see what it's done there. It's placed them on top of each other. The angle just made it look like they were like actually along. Cool. I've got so we've got our little pit fires. Rich, I think he's gone again.
What? Tell me, are you gone?
Well, if he's not here, he can't say anything.
Chat. You can
let's-
say stuff in the chat.
Sorry, we're left to our own devices now, Richie. Make the world whatever we want. The teacher's gone. He'll be back. Oh, you're doing a little ladder of log fires. It's just going up and up. And
Did
up
I just
and
get? I just got an achievement for that.
up. For doing what?
Nothing
Stacking logs?
boxed over. First 50 entities in edit mode.
That'll do it. You'll get that trophy quite quick. Right, so in terms of meshes, if I want to... Tell you what I want to
And
do.
complete the look. I'm getting all the trophies here.
Complete the look. Is a wooden fence around it a bit dangerous around a campfire? I feel like I need a different fence.
Yeah. Well, what about marble?
Tell you what
Marble wall.
I'm going to place. Very health and safety of me. Just a little fire extinguisher. It's by the side. That seems like a safe bet, especially when we're involved. So yeah, Stadia Hunters JP in the chat has got us on the Lord of the Rings mention. And then Tom is on his connection loss count. So currently Lord of the Rings and Lost Connection are 2 for 2. Tied.
Yeah.
Let's see. What I don't want meshes, I want... Let's have a look. Fence. Yeah, get a nice steel fence. Seems like a smart thing to do. Just a block off. By the time Tom gets back, the world will be in ruin.
I like, soon as Tom disconnects, my first thing is let's stack a load of campfires up.
Destroy the world. I mean, I feel like I've actually made this campfire incredibly hard to get to now. Oh, they keep layering. See, this is the thing where my brain says, like The Sims, it'll just like build through or overlap, and then when I move the camera angle, you realise that actually it's just added several of the same thing, which is no good. So I was hoping it would just kind of like replace it, like it did there. It seemed to work for the fence there, and then not this bit. Anyone who's just joining us, welcome. That's us done it there. You are joining two amateur, probably everything amateur, Richie. We're not really professional, anything, are we? In the world, if you joined to expect some amazing game making, you're in the wrong place. Basically, two amateur friends having fun, and one incredibly expert teacher who's showing us how to do very basic. He's basically putting up with us on his day off on a Saturday as we get into this world.
And disconnecting a lot.
And disconnecting. That's one thing we've got over in Richie. Our connections are much more stable.
Yeah.
You know what you need to do, Tom? Get your fiber optic cable in the area. Use the extrude icon and drag the cable out to your house a little bit better. And then add many assets of Wi-Fi routers.
I'm liking what you've done while I've been gone, adding these fences around.
We just wanted to finish off the look, didn't we? Yours is looking a bit shit in comparison now.
I completely agree. So what I was going to do before I was so rudely kicked off is I was going to also go to tags and go to Jungle Expedition, and amidst the Jungle Expedition, there's a spit roast. Pop that spit roast over your.
How do I select? I'm trying to figure out how to select this cauldron, because it's not centered and I don't like it.
Yeah, that would book me as well.
Spit roasted pig. Oh, I quite missed a little bit there actually.
I like how Chris has put a fire extinguisher.
With us hanging around, it makes sense to have it. In fact, I should put 100 fire in a giant fire extinguisher. Although I didn't check if it was if the fire extinguisher was water or foam. It's not going to be an electrical fire, at least. We should be safe.
I'm really tempted to switch over to my mobile data. I'm going to be honest with you.
To be fair, my mobile data is better than my home internet is. But I just can't be bothered to leave my phone on hotspot all the time.
Exactly. All right, so spit roast is in place.
From both ends?
Mine right there. Both ends.
Both ends.
Front and back. Double teamed. Anyway, right, let's add a fire to it, okay? Let's actually add a fire to it, because that's the one thing we haven't done yet. We've got a fireplace, but we've actually not got any fire on it. It's just logs and glowing coals underneath, right? So we've had a look at voxels, we've had a look at some meshes. Next thing I want to do is I want to go through the list, and I want you to go to effects. Now, this is what Richie was messing around with before.
We're ahead of you, Tom. I've added 5 bits of fire to my fire.
Oh,
although they just look like little diamonds. I'm guessing they don't become animated until we go into the preview.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to add a large fire and pop that into it. So ideally what you want is when you actually click them and first place them, you should see the effect happening. If you pick the small one, you may not see it depending on how small it is.
Yeah, I've added loads. Like a real fire, I'm adding
excellent.
Loads of little bits in.
But as well as that, fires aren't just about the look of it.
Mm-hmm.
What you actually want to do as well is you want to get some light to it as well, right? You want to actually create a light source from it, because that's what fire does. And in fact, actually to help out that, what I'm going to do is I'm now actually going to change our world. I'm going to change our world. I'm going to make it dark. Nighttime, so we can actually see the effects of our light.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so make sure all of that's set up, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch this around. I'm going to make it a little bit darker in here.
Ooh.
Oh wow, that went very dark.
Scary.
All right. What I'll do, I'll set it to daytime at the moment, so you've actually got something to work with first, yeah. And then we can actually do we can get our light source created, and then from there we can actually go through the process of changing it to night, so we see the effect of it. So, Chris, this will probably work better for us than it will for Richie. What I want you to do is I want you to hit tab again and bring up that advanced method.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And what I want you to do this time is I want you to take a look at the right-hand side of the menus. Got a tab called Entities.
Yeah. Got it.
You've got everything that has been created by us on the right-hand side. Okay. You may have Terrain Extract 1 expanded.
I do indeed.
Whereas for me, I see terrain extract 2 because that's the stuff I've been creating, and Richie will have
Right.
terrain extract 3, but he won't be able to see that. Okay. What I want you to do is I want you to right-click terrain extract 1. I want you to scroll down to add, create child.
Where are we
And
going with this,
underneath
Tom?
there's an option. Well,
Yeah.
the miracle of life, we're going to create a light. Okay, we're going to create a light.
Right. Light. Click.
Okay. Light.
Yep.
Okay. Now, the good thing about this is because you've created a child, it's a child of that object. So as we have created this plinth, this plateau, this log pile, and so on, the light is already sort of centered to that position already.
Yeah, I can see that.
So you don't have to worry about dragging it and moving it all into place and so on. It literally can just be put there.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now with your light, once you've created it, you should see it on the right hand side. It's called light 1. It's got a light bulb icon next to it.
Yep.
Underneath there are a load of settings.
Indeed.
Loads and loads of settings. Okay. First thing I want...
Andy was
Simulate.
asking, can we simulate
Yes,
it
Richard?
without going to play?
Yeah, so he's actually telling us that the things like the lighting effects, the fire effects, and so on, we can actually tick that simulate box that I've just mentioned, and that actually shows the effects of it in the creator without having to actually preview the game.
Yeah.
Okay.
Back to my colour options, Tom.
So keep scrolling down. Don't worry about editor color. What you want to go to is the part where it says type and then color underneath it.
Yeah.
So type, we just want to keep it at point at the moment, but you can have a spotlight if you create
Oh.
a flashlight, a torch. You can add a spotlight at the end of it.
Yeah, so it's like got its direct channel of
Oh, you lost me?
direction and such. You dropped out a little bit, but we got
Okay.
Yeah, for like a second.
Okay. So you just want to keep it to point for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
And then what I want you to do is I want you to click the color icon next to the color section. You've got RGB values, typical, like same as any sort of computer-based color.
Yep.
Each of them is represented from 0 to 255. Or you could just click the color thing and pick a color from there. What color is best going to represent fire?
Orange.
Yeah,
Blue.
so pick an orange from there. Pick an orange.
Pick a tangerine colour from the thing. There we go.
Eddie Donnelly says, "Hey everyone, hope you're all well." Thank you, Eddie. Yeah, we're all doing pretty grand. I don't know. I can't speak for the other two. but
I feel
certainly am.
immensely stressed right now. Just to build something. I'm joking, I'm having a blast. Right, so I've picked my colour orange.
Yeah, excellent. Okay. So the next thing you want to do after you've got your color orange, you want to then... Right, I'm just going to get my orange set up as well. There you go. It's a nice fire orange there. Next thing you want to do is you want to scroll down and you want to... Do you see where you've got in...
I feel like you said intensity, but you also cut out. So
your exponent, your attenuation, all that sort of stuff.
yeah, you cut out a little bit. I think when you said intensity,
It's sort of like how bright the light... Okay. So can you hear now?
yes.
Yeah, at the moment.
Let me know when you can hear me, guys. I'm just going to keep
Yeah, I
talking.
can hear you now.
I can hear you.
Okay. Change intensity to 50.
Intensity to 50. It's going to be one hell of a fire.
It's half.
Basically, the more intense the light source is, the brighter the light is going to be from that point.
Of course.
All right, and I have lost connection again. Sorry, gents.
we can
I'll
hear
be
you.
right back with you.
Can hear
Yeah, I've just lost connection to the game.
you. Right. Let's have a look.
Trying to get back in.
If you-
Hopefully, all of these kinks will be ironed out eventually.
Yeah, if anyone was just joining us in the chat, welcome. I know Eddie, I'll say hello to you. Andy, I'm looking forward to seeing what you create in this game later on. I was going to say earlier on, that makes no sense.
Hopefully it's not as impressive as my tower.
Hopefully it's not as impressive. But evidently...
So sorry,
first look.
intensity, you want to up your intensity.
Yeah, I'm up to 50 on intensity. So when Tom disappears, Richie, we just like are at a loss of what to do.
just stop.
It's just like, oh, okay.
I just stop playing.
It's generally like when the teacher leaves the classroom and everyone just panics.
Wow. Yeah, I'm literally just looking at all of the things that have been created. Like things are being created right now. I'm going to assume Richie's responsible for all of this.
Probably, yeah.
That's going on.
Oh, what?
All of the light sources.
Oh yeah, I'm just making my tower sparkle.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. I'm going to try and keep up with it.
Disconnecting.
So, Chris.
Yes.
Intensity.
50.
50. Exponent. Yeah. The exponent is sort of like the essentially sort of like the drop off rate. So, the lower that number is, the further the light will stretch. The higher the number is, that sort of thing. But tick the shadows box at the bottom as well. And that will actually allow the light source to generate shadows based on it as well.
Oh, good. Which is realistically what you'd want to happen from light.
Yes, certainly. Okay. And now we've created that light source. Now what I'm going to do is I am going to change the time. So hopefully we'll see the results of this now when I change the time to midnight.
A little glow around the fire.
We should now see... I'm just overriding the time now. Okay.
Can you exactly see this?
Oh, look, it's shining through my fence.
Yeah, so you've got the light shining through the fence there. So you can tweak it based on those settings. You want to obviously like move that light source around a little bit if you're not quite happy with where it is and what it's doing. For example, for me, I think my light source is actually too low.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go to the select tool, which will, as long as you've got the select tool in your advanced options selected and you've got your light selected on the right hand side, you should automatically be on the movement bit, so you can just drag it up. And as I move it up.
Only yours is really active at the moment, Tom.
No, mine is. Mine's shining.
Is yours the one with the spit
through
roast?
the gate? Yeah.
Mine's the spit roast one, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying that yours has got fire, but all I can see is just like the weird place markers for Chris.
Yeah, same on mine. I can only see Tom's being like live.
Right, okay. So what you want to do, Chris, is for things like your fire like your actual fire effect and so on, you want to select them and you want to make sure that simulate box is ticked. I can see it's not ticked at the moment.
Simulate box. Where's that at?
So in the right hand side, you click on the object, so light 1.
Yeah.
And then tick that simulate box.
Simulate.
It's in the bottom right side of the window.
Simulate. Oh yeah, there it is. Tick simulate.
Yeah, and tick that. And that will then simulate the light as if it actually exists in the world.
Yeah, that appears to be another one of the deficiencies of the controller. So far, definitely build with the mouse and keyboard.
Mine still looks like what they
Absolutely.
call mine still looks like the little diamonds, even though I've ticked simulate.
So the diamonds are the. So have you gone through and ticked it for each of those fires then? Because they're the fire effects, aren't they?
I've only got one light source and it's ticked.
Yeah, but those diamonds are the fire effect.
Simulate. Okay, right. I see. Oh, there's a lot of fire. My fire may be a bit too large now. I'm looking at it.
Yep. So maybe you want to delete some of them.
Okay.
So again, if you want to delete them, just right-click them in the menu on the right-hand side.
Right-click. Alright, yeah, there's a couple of extra large. But right, this is why, ladies and gentlemen, I put a fire extinguisher right next to it.
I just seen it in the stream. It's
just in red. Right, we'll delete a few of these fires and see if we can get them marked down a little bit. Fire. I got a bit carried away with placing fires. Oh, it turns out when I first placed the fires, Tom, you said make sure you get the large ones. I'd already placed about 5, but I thought I selected the small fire. When I'm looking at the menu, I actually placed about 13 large fires. And that
fantastic.
That'll be why.
Fantastic.
That's why pyromaniacs find out the hard way. Get rid of those extra large fires. Right. Okay. Right. It still seems quite large.
The other thing, yeah, the other thing you'll want to do is if you want to move your light source around and so on, you will need to make sure that it's not simulated at the point that you're doing that.
Okay.
Either that or I'm just having some issues with my connection right now. A few hiccups.
Right. Tab, let's look at
It looks beautiful on the stream though, lads. It looks fantastic.
Let's have a look at the world. There we go, I can just stand. I've got the shadow, I've got the fire on my character. Look at that, lighting.
I kind of want to just jump into the proper preview mode and just have a wander around in a sec. Let's go get everything all going.
Certainly, certainly. I mean, this would be a good opportunity for you guys to actually have a bit of a play around as well, because right now I am having quite a few hiccups with my internet, so you just have to bear with me on this. I'm getting in for maybe like 10 minutes at a time, tops.
Yeah. Do you want to jump into preview mode then, Chris, and just have a look how everything looks when everything's all going?
Yeah, we can do.
Yeah.
You're gonna drop us in, are you?
Yeah, I'll drop us in.
Oh. Just fall from the... Oh, we start at the top of your tower.
Yeah.
Ah! This is like some trippy Inception stuff. Do I die when I hit the ground, or I'm going to try and land?
I have no
See
idea.
if I can land on the fire.
There shouldn't be any fall
Bang.
damage.
Oh, that was perfect landing. There we go. Lovely. Let's go check out the other two. Tom's spit roast. Tom, you've
That's happy
created...
force if you live in America.
Richie, did you create some kind of prism of light from your cauldron? There's like three directional laser beams. It looks like Richie's cauldron is systematically cooking the spit roast through like an empowered laser beam.
Alright, I'm going to have to get rid of them. They didn't look as cool as I thought.
I feel like I need to like go around them, otherwise they're going to chop my head off. Although your tower is very sparkly, Richie, I'll give you that. Or the base of it is, at least. You can see where you could be bothered to build up to.
Yeah.
Damn.
I put a bench on the top of it, so if you want to have a picnic.
And again, I still feel like that. The one we've not edited just looks like a giant button.
Yeah.
If we jump on it, something should happen. But I'm.
Lads, we've switched over to mobile data. I'm going to see how quickly I can hit my data limit.
Right, I need to actually light my candles by the looks of it.
I'm quite enjoying this. By the fire, warm your hands.
And maybe turn off some of the get rid of some of the glows.
Tom, you know what we do need?
Why is the spawn point up here?
That's Richie's fault.
Did you move the spawn point?
Yeah, I did.
You did move the spawn point. Okay. Right, I'm dropping down. I'm coming in. Coming in hot.
Where's he at?
Coming in hot.
I want to come and watch.
Get away from the fire. Can we see? Oh, there he is. There he is. And splat.
There you go. Right, okay. Alright, I see these lasers now. Yep.
Yeah. It's just looking like it's cooking the chicken, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm going to get rid of the lasers and some of these light glows. They're a bit too intense.
Okay, so we'll go back to edit mode real quick.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm back at the top of Richie's.
And we've still spawned at the top, so drop back down again.
I'll grab the spawn point.
This is a long fall. This is a good 20 seconds. This is, isn't it?
The thing is, you can still go higher. There's just boredom that stopped me.
Absolutely. All right. Okay. So, I just needed to move my light source a little bit because my light source is far too low right now.
Can you land on the fire?
So let's move that light source up.
Can you land on the fire? Can you land on the fire? Can you land on the fire? Oh yes, landed on the fire.
Fantastic. All right. So I've positioned my light now inside my log fire, so you'll see the light has changed now. Chris, yours needs to come up a little bit more, so I'm just going to drag that up for you.
Yep.
There you go. So you see,
yeah, I can see it.
As the light comes out of the floor, see the shadow as well from it right there. There we go.
Beautiful
All right,
stuff. Beautiful
cool.
stuff.
Simulate those. So yeah, so if you want to move things around, you need to unsimulate it. I feel like, what have we got here? What have we got? The lights are a fair. They seem quite yellow, even though it's definitely orange. But hey, whatever. Whatever. Right. Okay. So now what we've got there is you've now got essentially, your pre-built fireplace with your light source, your fire effects on it, all that jazz. If you wanted to duplicate that whole thing on the right-hand side, you could just, I'm going to rename these real quick so we know whose is whose. So we've got,
You know which one's mine,
this
right?
one is, this one is Chris Super Barbecue.
Brick.
Super Brick, sorry.
Yeah.
Brick Barbecue Base. There we go. And it's all sorted alphabetically as well. So this is Onyx Platform. And Richie's is just Terrain Extract.
I don't get a name.
Terrain Extract
name
3.
True, sorry, yeah, Terrain Extract 3. Okay, so now if you wanted to duplicate that again, you just right-click it on that menu in the right-hand side and just literally go to duplicate. And it will duplicate it in exactly the same spot. And then you can just use that move tool. There you go, Super Brick Barbecue Base 2. And now at this point, you should have the movement tools already on it. And you literally just click and drag the movement tools to move it around.
Oh, I grabbed the fence.
Is this still in the advanced settings stuff?
Still in the advanced settings, I'm afraid. Yeah, but you get the whole pig, the whole spit roast, the whole. Oh, it's floating. It's floating.
Yeah, I grabbed the wrong movement thing.
So let's say you make like a whole house with stuff inside it, and
Yeah.
like you see in a lot of RPGs, you might find like a duplicate house. You can rotate it as well if you wanted to. Like I'm going to just put mine at an angle here, for example, right there.
Oh,
All these fires going off.
no, it's so dangerous. So could I attach mine to yours, Tom?
You want to attach it to it?
Yeah, double up. Oh, wrong one.
However you want to do it, yeah, you can go for it. So what you'll also notice as well is at the moment, Chris, it's moving along a grid. You can actually like remove that grid, like that grid snap again
right.
at the top.
That's cool.
So if you want it to be really precise about what you want to do, you can just untick that, and then it's much more fluid, much more.
Where's the untick grid thing?
So as long as you're in the movement tool,
I don't know if I'm in
For
the
it.
tool.
I can't quite see at the moment. Sorry. So if you are, okay, so you're currently moving it around, yeah?
Yep.
Okay. At the top, it should say
Snap to
grid snap.
Yeah. Spot
Yeah.
it as soon as you
Untick
unset.
that. Untick that, and now when you move it, it's much more fluid.
That doesn't let me move it at all now.
Yeah, that's much more fluid. So then you can be much more precise with how you actually want to set it.
That's still on a grid.
I mean, it still moves by a grid. It's still moving across those planes, but it's moving along like decimal values rather than
Right.
rather than
like
preset
locked in,
ones and so on. Yeah. So then if you do rotate as well, you can also change the rotate lock, so you can make it much more precise in terms of the rotation. I am going to change the world back to daytime for for everybody who's actually watching.
That was blinding.
Yeah. I've actually just placed some sounds in as well.
Excellent. So we're gonna do a quick bit of scripting next. Now that Chris has wedged his fireplace in the world.
Yeah, that's what was my intent, was to just get it right in there.
Let's just put a brick in just to hold it up.
All right. Now, again, unfortunately, Richie won't have access to being able to do the coding part of this, but we can create the trigger for him to then use it after. And a lot of where like Crayta's creativity comes from really is the element of being able to to do coding and add coding to things as well. So, what I want you to do, gents, and we'll do all three of us here, is I want you to go back to voxel meshes in your creation menu, and I want you to pick your platform of your choice, and I just want you to place another platform down. It's just another platform.
Yeah.
Okay.
How big do you want said platform?
Literally just one of those platforms that we created before. So you go to voxel meshes, just pick like your Chris Brick Barbecue, and then just place it again over where I'm standing.
Just one of the actual pre-made ones.
Yeah. You don't need to make another one at the moment. Just
meshes, Chris's Super Barbecue. Ooh. And plonk. There you go.
Right. Okay. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to find that object in the menu on the right. And Richie, you won't be able to do this part, so if you want to, feel free to mess around. Yeah. We now want to find those on the right-hand side, Chris. So yours was the Super Brick Barbecue base, so you'll just scroll up till you find yes, Chris Super Brick Barbecue base number 3.
Yeah, it doesn't show up in mine.
So you'll see it should be under terrain.
Oh, right, I'm looking at it. I've minimized everything down.
Yeah, so it should be under terrain. And you'll see what I was talking about as you're scrolling through there with all of Richie's light sources that he's created.
So, yeah, Chris Super Brick Barbecue. Yeah, cool. Yeah, I've got Brick Barbecue base number 3.
Excellent. Okay, what you want to do there is you want to right-click it again. And this time we're going to create a child and we're going to add a trigger to it. We're going to add a trigger to it.
Yep.
Okay. So a trigger is basically it's basically a sensor. So it's something that says that when something enters this area, do something. Yeah. Okay.
That makes sense.
So once you create the trigger, it should have created like a sub menu on the right hand side with the trigger underneath it. What I want you to do is I want you to scroll down in the bottom right corner and go to size, and I want you to set it to 200 by 200 by 200. And what that should do is that should perfectly create like a, I can see you doing it right now. 200, 200, 200.
Yep.
Okay. So that's created like almost like a neon box around, like a framework around your area.
Just like the impact area. If someone goes and touches it.
Exactly. So that means that whoever steps inside that area now, something will happen. But we haven't actually determined what that thing is. We've got to actually create a script to do that now. Okay. Right. So to do that, what we need to do is we need to now go back into the menu on the right-hand side and right-click our trigger that we've just created.
Yeah.
And we want to add a script to it. Now, when you move over to add and script, you'll see we've got no script, so we need to create a new script. Okay?
Yep.
So new script. I want you to call this Chris Launch. All one word, Chris Launch. I'll call mine Tom Launch.
Okay, Chris Launch.
Okay, right. Now, what you'll have noticed, or what you may not have noticed now, is in the right-hand side, if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, in the bottom right corner,
past all the lights.
No, sorry. So in the bottom right bit, the bit where it's got like your trigger settings and so on.
Okay, yeah. There's the script. Yep. Chris Launch. Yeah.
Script Chris Launch. Okay. I want you to click on the icon that says "Edit this asset." It's the pencil on the piece of paper.
Edit this asset.
Okay.
Yep.
And you should
now we're getting matrixy.
Yeah. Now we're in the real hacker planet, like the hacker world. This is all right. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to write a little bit of code here, and I'm going to talk you through it. Okay. So,
will this impact the chat because they can't see the start of the script?
Not necessarily, because the bit we're going to start on is line 12. I don't know if they can see that part.
I get the gist.
Okay, so they should. We're going to start off on line 12. So what we're going to do here is we're going to start off. I'm going to run you through some of the very basics of code here a little bit. This is really quite simple. It might look complicated, but it's not too bad. Okay.
Tell you what, if you give me a second, Tom, I'll just for the benefit of the audience, I'll just hide hide Richie's face, and I'll just hide
Bye.
my face temporarily, and I'll just hide your logo temporarily. So we're still here, chat. Don't panic. But they should be able to see through our windows now. So yeah, we're in line number 12 in the matrix. What's next, Tom?
Okay, so essentially what this code is doing is it's looking at the object, the trigger that we've created. We've called it Chris launch, we've called it Tom launch, whatever it is. What we are going to do is we are going to create a new function that checks when a player enters the area. So the way we need to do this is we are going to, do you see how in this text area you've got things that are highlighted in yellow, like the words highlighted in yellow? Okay. In coding, words need to be spelt absolutely exactly how they need to be done. So function, for example, must all be in lowercase. Adding a capital F will stop it from working. It will not get recognized. Okay, so we're going to start off by defining a new function. So we're just going to type the word function. Okay?
Yep.
Okay. So what we're saying here is we're creating a function to do something. Well, the script is called Tom launch, so we're going to, or Chris launch, so we want to put a space and then retype Chris launch. Okay, and as you start typing it, it should automatically like bring up a drop-down list where it says, "Oh, I recognize that." Okay, so we're basically adding a function to this script, Chris launch, and we want to create a colon at the end of it. And what we're going to do there is we're going to actually look at something called an on-trigger entry, or so if you type after the colon on and type TR, you'll see you've got on-trigger enter, on-trigger exit.
Yep. On-trigger enter.
You got that? On-trigger enter. That's exactly what we're after.
So we've got function, Chris launch, colon, on-trigger enter so far.
Perfect. Okay. Now we want you to do an open and close bracket after that.
Keyboard.
Okay.
Why am I looking at my keyboard and I can't see? Oh, there, yeah, found it.
9 and 0.
I looked at all the different, all the different variations of brackets. Shows how long I've used a mobile keyboard for as opposed to a traditional one.
So in that bracket, we have to define something that represents the player. It's just a variable name, so we can just use any sort of word to represent how we're going to refer to the player in the rest of our script. So if we're talking about the actual player character itself, what do you think would be a suitable word to put in those brackets to represent them?
Person.
Person is good. Yeah. Anything else, Richie?
Player.
Yeah, literally player. That's what I'd go with. Player, right? So in brackets, in all lowercase, just call it player.
Yep.
Okay. So you should have function Tom or Chris launch colon on trigger enter, and then in brackets player.
Got it.
Okay. All right. Hit enter and go to a new line.
Yep.
Now what we're going to do is going to hit tab once just to move our code across, because we're now going into this function. Okay. Now at this point here, we're going to check a condition. We're actually going to check a condition of what's happening. So what we want to do is we're going to launch the player in the air. So what condition do you think needs to actually be met in order for the event to happen?
They've got to enter the proximity area.
Yeah, the player has to enter the area, doesn't it? Right?
Yep.
In order for us to actually trigger the launch, the player has to be in that trigger, in the box.
Yeah.
So we're going to do a statement here called an if statement. So if you type the word if, it will go yellow again.
Yep.
Okay. So if we're going to type player, the lowercase player. So if space player.
Oh, space. If space player. Yep.
Yep. Colon. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to determine whether the variable player is actually a character, like someone's physical character in the game. So I want you to type with a capital I, type IS, so is. And then in the menu, you should see halfway down is a.
ISA.
You see it?
Yeah.
ISA. Yeah, is a.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're going to say here, if player is a, open brackets.
Yeah.
Now we're going to type character, but with a capital C.
Yep.
Okay. So if the player is a character, a player, an actual person, close the bracket, then type space, then the word then to sort of end that line.
Just Where then? All lowercase, or any capitals?
Yep, all lowercase, so it goes yellow again.
Right, then.
Okay. So on this line in particular, line 13, you should now have a tab, the word if, space, player, colon, is a, as one phrase, then brackets, character with an uppercase C, close brackets, space, the word then.
In yellow.
Cool. Okay. Then what we're going to do is we're going to hit enter again and go to a new line of code.
Line 14.
Yep. Hit tab once more, so you go even further in at like a slant.
Yep.
We're now going to do player, lowercase again, player, colon, and this is where the fun stuff starts. Launch with a capital L, just the word launch. Okay.
Can't spell launch.
I think I know what you're making here.
Yeah. So this is now actually a command that is created in Crayta as part of their coding package to launch the player. And what we're going to do is we're going to change the vector of the player, which, if you imagine, vector is basically the X, the Y, and the Z coordinates. If you imagine your player is standing in a 3D space, X is left and right of the player, Y is forwards and backwards from the player, Z is up or down from the position. Okay?
Yep.
So we're going to open brackets, and we're going to type vector with a capital V.
I might put the capitals every time.
Yeah. Dot new with a capital N.
Yep.
Okay. And now we're going to open another set of brackets in here. It's like a bracket within a bracket.
Yep.
And now we need to give it an X, a Y, and a Z number. So depending on the movement you want to actually happen, in this case here, we want to make the player go up. So not left, not right, not forward, not backwards, but up. So Z is the up number. So we want to do 0, 0, and then you can set a number after. Let's just start off nice and easy. Let's start off with 500. Okay?
Yep.
It's nice and light. And then close your two brackets. There's two brackets to close there.
Should I have a letter in there somewhere?
No, no letters.
Okay.
So it should literally say player colon launch, open bracket, vector.new, open bracket, 0, 0, 500.
Close bracket.
Close bracket, close bracket. That's two close brackets,
got. 2 close brackets.
Cool.
Done.
2 close brackets, because we've got to close the first bracket and the second bracket.
Cool.
Okay. Hit enter again. Okay. Press backspace once, so it's now in line with the word if.
Yep.
And type the word end. It should go yellow.
Yep.
Okay, so that ends that if statement there. That ends it. Hit enter again. Press backspace once more, so it's now in line with function. And we're going to end that function as well.
So
okay.
End.
Yeah. So the last 2 lines should say end and end again. Yeah. So what I want you to do now is I want you to go up to File at the top and just make sure you've saved that script. You know it's saved because there isn't a star next to the name of the script.
Save. Yep. Save.
Yep. Great. Okay. And now you can click back to that game tab, or you can press tab to come out of it altogether again and go back to the normal thing. Richie's built a tank while we've been doing that.
What? I haven't built a tank.
You haven't built a tank.
Someone else built a tank and I stole it.
Ah, brilliant.
I was looking through the other stuff that people have already created.
So, Tom, now we stand outside of our areas. Am I right in thinking if I step on this, it's going to launch me into the air?
Try it.
Here we go. Are you watching, Richie?
I'm watching you.
Here we go. Slow step, slow step. No.
You haven't activated it.
We haven't. So what we haven't done yet, Chris, is we need to go back to the actual, perfect, preview mode. We need to actually go to preview mode. All right. Come over to our platforms here.
Yeah.
And now hopefully if you've typed it right.
This one will work better.
Try it.
Hey, run up.
Run at it.
You ready, ladies and gentlemen? Oh.
Yep, go
up.
No. Try mine.
Yeah.
That one might be working a little bit.
It's only a little jump. It's only a little jump.
How do you get a bigger jump then? That was my. I want
So
to be launched massively into the air.
Fine. Okay. So I'm gonna have a look at your script real quick. I'm gonna have a look at it.
And there's me thinking.
I'm just gonna have a quick look.
Right, I'll get our.
Just gonna have a look and double check it over.
Can, see our faces again. So
yeah,
Richie.
Function Chris launch on trigger enter player. If player is a character, then player launch vector. New.
2, 3. Kind of anticlimactic that time around.
It's alright.
So what did
I double check my code
wrong?
as well?
I think your code.
No, you haven't done anything wrong. That's alright, I'm just double checking my code real quick. Okay. Here we go.
So function Chris launch on trigger enter player. If player ISA character, then player launch vector new 005. See, in the launch vector, I thought we would have put like a direction in. Like a Y or an X.
No.
Oh,
so you can do if you want to create a ramp that sort of forces people up and forwards, then you want to sort of like think about, well, what direction are they traveling in? So Chris, I want you to, I'm looking at your script at the moment. You can see that I've got my cursor in there.
Yep.
I want you to change that vector.new, change that last one. Let's change it to 2000. Let's actually up that number a fair bit.
2000. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Make sure you save that again.
Save.
Okay.
Yep.
We're just going to change it on trigger enter and just put a capital O in there. Just sometimes it can be really finicky.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We don't always want to do this, but sometimes it's worth it. Okay, and we're going to come back out of that. I'm just going to double check to make sure it's being applied to your script, to your area. Always worth double checking these things.
Rafe in the chat.
Chris Barbecue Brick Bay
saying Tom explain it like a pro. It's almost as though he does this for a living in some.
It's
shape
almost
or
like
capacity.
I teach computer science and programming for a living. Okay, so yeah, your code is definitely there. All right, so let's go back to the game. Let's go back to preview. Let's run back over there and see if this does anything else now. Try it out.
Hey!
Hey! Hey!
This is what you like to see. The most simplest, purest form of fun. It's a trampoline, basically.
Oh yeah, so you see the difference between 500 and 2000.
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah. Trying to get it to stay on it now. Stay on it.
Yeah.
So you could essentially make a giant trampoline world, right?
You could, absolutely. So, I'm going to take you out of that. Sorry, guys, to spoil the fun.
Oh.
Challenge for you, Chris.
Oh, no.
I'm going to build a target in the sky.
Okay.
In fact, no, Richie, I want you to build a target in the sky.
Okay.
Because you don't get to do the coding. So I want you to build a target in the sky, and Chris, I want you to tweak your code, and we can just keep going backwards and forwards, trying it out and so on. I want you to try and get it so that you can run onto your platform and you can jump and land on Richie's platform. Yeah.
So by target, Richie, I think we want a platform up there. We don't want an actual target, like a flat target board, like an archery one. I mean, if it looks like one, that'd be great. So essentially, Tom,
so this will put Richie's building skills to the test now as well.
Is there a way of just having someone just keep snapping to the ground?
No, unfortunately there isn't. What you'll have to do is you'll have to build almost like a tower up first to create a point where you can build and then delete that tower underneath it after. Okay. While you're doing that, I'm just going to get my phone charger because I realized even though I'm hotspotting, my battery is about to die. So I'm going to leave you to it just a second.
Yeah.
How tall do you think this tower needs to be?
Don't overdo it because I feel like I'm just going to have to keep going back in and editing the jump launch until it's like a million high. So which tower are you focused on? Is it the rainbow tower?
Yeah. I'm doing rainbow just so it's easy to see while editing. I can always fill it a different something else later. I can make out with noodles if you want.
Noodles?
Oh yeah, there's a noodles voxel.
Well. While Tom's gone, Richie, what's your favourite Vauxhall? Speaking of Vauxhalls.
What?
The car.
What, you mean like the car?
Yeah, like, is it Corsa, Astra, Vectra.
I mean, I drive an Astra, so I'm sort of biased, really.
I've never drove a Vauxhall.
Never drove, not even like your learner's car.
Okay.
No, I learned in Ford Focus.
Okay. Oh well.
And my first car was an Nissan Micra, which is better than any Vox.
Oh, Richie, don't start competition in the chat. People get very defensive over the cars. Vauxhall Motors. What? So Tom, could we have it so we launch out, we land on Richie's platform? Could we go in and code Richie's platform so when we land on it, fireworks set off for the 4th of July?
Ooh, yes, but it's not that simple.
Okay, well, yeah, I'm thinking grand scale things now.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But it is possible to
do
that, obviously.
Yeah, definitely
Wonderful.
is.
So
I'm just doing a bit of cleanup before I actually build the thing proper.
Right.
Yeah, that's fine. So another thing we can do, Chris, as well, is we can also create, using a very similar code, we can actually create teleporters as well. So what you can do with those is you can basically say when the player enters, on trigger enter, the same way we just did, you can basically say, rather than launch them, you can basically set their position. So you can say, like, right, set your position to this X, Y, and Z coordinate.
Uh-huh.
Right. So, and that one, rather than launching them, that will just actually move them to it. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So the possibilities for making different like styles of games and different levels are brilliant.
Yeah. And essentially, what you've done there is, you've created your first platform that will allow people to jump. You could almost create a simple level where you have to get like from A to B from start to finish. Using platforms that you literally, when you land on it, you bounce, and you just have to keep projecting yourself forwards again and again and again.
Almost like a 3D Super Mario game.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. I don't know, Richie, what happened there?
I have no idea. It just suddenly glitched out and it just chucked me back onto the ground.
Are you making us a window to jump through, Richie, or an actual platform to land on?
Both.
Okay.
You have to get through the window.
Okay.
And land onto the platform.
All right. So you right. Okay. So now we're playing basketball with our bodies.
Yep.
So, Chris, what I'm going to sort of challenge you to do here is using what you've done with the code so far.
Yeah.
You're going to have to tweak the X and Y values as well to launch forwards. So what you're going to have to do, it'll take a little bit of trial and error to actually figure out which way we're currently facing, because this whole world has an X and a Y sort of like setup as well. So what you may think of forwards being Y, we might actually be facing
the
sideways currently.
Yeah. Right. Okay. So in terms of that, do I need to go into the code and add another layer of like a function for direction?
You'll just change the numbers, the numerical values there. Remember, it's X first, then it's literally alphabetical. So X first, then Y, then Z.
So if I change the first 0 to say 20, or is that
you might want to go a little bit higher than 20. 20's not very far.
I'll go 100 then. So then we'll know our angle of direction, right?
Absolutely.
Right. If I go into preview though now, is that going to screw Richie up?
It'll take me and Richie into it as well, but I'm just observing at this point.
Okay. Well, I'll tell you what. While we watch Richie make his target thing, I'm just going to pop to the little creators room.
That's fair enough. Grom says, thanks guys, this has been great so far. Sorry if I missed that one before. Not a problem. We're all still learning, but this is definitely something that I feel. This is why I see Crayta as being a really good tool for education as well, because as a teacher of computer science and someone who does programming, this is sort of a real opportunity for people to actually get to grips with coding, but in a way where they can almost see sort of like a visual feedback of it rather than just text in a chat. Because usually a lot of people learn programming, they learn text repercussions. So one thing I would do as well is I might actually start doing a bunch of programming tutorials using Crayta. If I'm going to be honest with you, I think the possibilities are endless.
I think you should.
Like, it'd be really cool. I just think one thing to get people started with it is you could create a little machine with buttons on it, and you can code the buttons to say different things in chat, and just start from there. Right. So what's the plan here then, Richie? You've got lava at the top. You've got water at the bottom.
I'm just trying to put some more lava at the bottom.
Oh.
It's not. So you have to get between.
Ooh.
That's not working well.
That's all right.
We'll just leave it like that for now. That should be fine.
Well, it's definitely. I mean, I've just moved my character in here. You can see me popping out right there.
Whoa, what's going on there?
You can just see me popping out of the water.
Oh, he's out of water. It looked like some kind of like portal to another realm. So
it's just water.
You could put a teleport thing in there.
We could put a teleporter in there and then take you to the very top of the tower.
Yeah.
Right. So.
And this is how games are made: just random ideas, just stacked together.
Yeah. Give us about 1,000,000 hours, and we'll have The Last of Us Part 3 ready for you.
Yeah.
Chris, I was just saying while you were at the little Crayta's room.
Yeah.
I'm thinking it might be like a really good idea to teach people how to program using this, like just some basic stuff. Like one thing I was just thinking of is you could create a wall with buttons on it, and you could interact with the button, and it just says something. It's a really good way of starting to teach people how to program. Because again, if you go to the coding view, what we've got is we can also have like a console as well. So. Yeah. If you hit tab and go to the top right corner, there's a cog icon. If you click that cog icon, there's an option in there to view the console window.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. Now the console will do everything, like actually show you the feedback of the program. So we can't type anything into it. There's nothing you can actually do with it there. But what you can do is, for your script, for example, if you go to your Chris launch script, are you there?
Yeah, Chris launch script.
Okay, so I could add a line underneath that says print. Someone has entered the area, and what that will do is whenever anybody steps within your trigger, your on trigger, it'll take this here, this writing, and it'll pop it into that console. Just it's almost like as a testing thing to make sure something's working. So if you have like a print line in your code, you can always use that as an opportunity to see, is this actually working when a player steps into it? So if you have the launch line and you have that there, you know that if the text is working, then clearly the trigger is working, but so maybe our launch isn't quite working for some reason, so you can go back and figure it out. Yeah. So I'm going to save that into your code for the time being. It won't actually pop up in the game.
Yeah.
It'll only pop up into that console, but it's something we can have a look at later. Right. Richie, you in a position for Chris to give this a quick shot?
Yeah.
All right. Do you want to mash that F5 and give it a shot, Chris?
Yeah, let's F5. Whoa. It's good, so good the spawn point isn't like 1,000,000 miles away now.
What, the top of the tower?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so we need to get into that lava rainbow water block. I have a feeling this launch is going to take us way higher. Boing! Right.
I feel like somebody may have changed that number a little bit.
I did edit the launch just slightly. Can I land on the block?
Oh, the lava doesn't hurt you.
Hey, well, I landed on the block.
So are you basically saying we need to recalculate the launch vector? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I think so. Let's,
and the intention was the lava to be like to kill you.
So again, we would have to add triggers to do that. So we could potentially add a trigger to make the lava damage us. But again, we have to go through a whole back end thing of that too.
Right.
We've actually got to add health is one thing.
Right. Let's try that again. I've lowered the launch ever so slightly.
Have you now?
Just a bit. Let's test it out again. Right. Okay, this might be more realistic now.
Okay.
Right, run up. Oh,
Oh,
just short. Right, I'll jump back
So
out.
do you think you actually need to do more of a forwards projection?
No,
I'm in.
no, he's done it.
So what I want you to try to do is try to do it without like literally just step in and let the character do the movement by themselves. So maybe you need to make it move further forwards and not as high. Just trying to figure it out. Like,
Yeah,
so what we want is like a clean shot straight in there. That's what we're looking
height
for.
wise, I think it's just a little bit more trajectory.
Robin McGregor says hi in chat. Hi, Robin.
You just need to sprint.
I don't know what the sprint button is, Richie.
L3.
Let's say you want to thread the
L3.
needle. Let's say you actually just want to create L3 on your keyboard, Chris, by the way.
L3, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, there is no L3. Oh, L and the button 3 at the same time. Right.
Probably left shift.
Right, I want to up the trajectory a little bit, and I'm just going to up. I feel like the height, like very, very marginally.
Yeah,
Once I can see it, I just need Tom to move his cursor out the way so I can see.
Oh, right, okay, sorry.
So your name is just bang over the number. Right, 2020. Let's go with 2020 for the
2020. All right.
So it seems like a fitting number.
And make sure you save your script as well, because if you don't save it...
Pretty sure I saved it. Yeah, I'm getting quite good at saving it.
Good.
Right, F5 for preview.
Richie's adding fire.
Not anymore, it's not. I just took us into a preview.
Smoke.
Smoke. Oh, it's like a little storm cloud.
Yeah. Right, go for it.
I mean, that was...
Oh, it's still just too short.
I'm in.
How do you keep... Oh, you sprint with your magic L3 button.
I mean, I stepped in it and I got launched straight over the block.
Oh, it's just...
Did I step on mine by mistake?
Right.
Oh, I hit someone.
Right, so I think the trajectory, move up to 150, the jump height, or maybe bump up a little smidge more. File and save. Let's drop back out.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna watch this console.
Right. No sprinting, Richie. No sprinting.
Someone has entered the area. Oh.
Yes! Straight
Hey!
I also put some lightning in here.
Oh yeah, see the lightning.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
lightning in a lava cube bottle.
Oh, I just missed it, but yeah, no, that's great.
Right. So we've made our launch pad, and we can get straight into the disco rainbow fire lightning smoke cube.
Absolutely.
Perfect.
So yeah, that's just a basic, like really basic coding script you can do there. So essentially, what you want to do is if you create a trigger, you want to use that trigger to then you want to detect if something has entered it. So once we use that on trigger enter thing, you can start thinking about what do you want to achieve from that. When a player enters an area, do you want to play a sound? Do you want to change like the color of the lighting? Do you want to teleport them somewhere? You know, the possibilities are quite endless, really. You could even do something like if a player enters a room, for example, like steps through a trigger, do you then take all of their weapons away from them?
Yeah.
You know, there's so many different things you can do. It's just then trying to apply yourself to the coding for it.
Yeah. It's almost like every video game when you enter like a boss arena and it either locks the door behind you or you drop down into an area that you're not allowed to get back out of. There's always that thing. So I could see us entering a room and create a trigger for like a wall to drop down behind and close off the area until you defeat the boss.
Absolutely.
And then my guess would be the trigger would be like the boss death would reopen the door again, like that kind of stuff.
Absolutely right. Yeah. Yeah.
Interesting.
So you could definitely do that. So other things you can do as well is you can take one of these platforms, like the one we've just created, and we could just set it to a constant, almost like path to make the platform just constantly move around the arena as well. So, you know, like you've got floating platforms that just travel, or a lift that goes up and down. You can do all those sorts of things as well.
We could make a trampoline deathmatch. So all the floor is trampoline. So you have to fight each other in the air.
The floor is trampoline.
Yeah.
The floor is trampoline.
Absolutely.
Tramp stamp.
Wow.
2020.
Wow.
Because you jump in, You're killing
It wouldn't
people.
be that hard to do. We just place loads of these triggers down.
If you hit O as well, by the way, Chris, you can see the console, so you can see every time somebody enters.
Ah, yes. Someone
It says someone has entered the
area.
area. There are ways of actually getting it to put the player's name as well, rather than just the word someone. But again, that's all for sort of like development. That's for debugging, just to make sure everything's working the way you want it
see
to.
how it's responding.
I like my little cauldron setup. It looks good. I mean, the fire and the candles is not. Well,
Yeah, the floating fire just to the left of the candle.
yeah.
But with mouse and keyboard again, Richie, you'd be much more precise with that. So that's actually pretty
Yeah.
decent, considering you've been doing it with a controller.
Yeah.
Like, I can't knock that, really.
It's real marble pillars.
So
It's real
if we go
stone.
back, we're gonna change the time of day a little bit. We're not gonna make it too bad. Let's try. There we go, dusk. How about dusk?
Everyone likes a bit of dusk. I'm
That's
very
actually
impressed with
unique,
just like how quick the lighting kind of like takes into effect all the different bits in the area.
Yeah, so I've set it to 4 a.m. I'm gonna set it to 12 right there. Set it to 5 o'clock at night. There you go. Actually, that's quite nice. That's quite nice. We've got a decent amount of daylight. But we can also see the effects of the light actually taking hold a little bit there as well.
Beautiful.
All right. Okay. So, let's see if we can do a quick teleporter then. Oh, what is going on here? What are you adding?
It's not me.
These are okay. I see.
There's
All right.
the beam.
Laser beams.
Yeah, Richie's trying to make the the scene from Resident Evil where the lasers come and chop the guy in half into like many pieces.
Yeah.
You could make that in this.
Where's my Onyx platform? There we go.
So
Okay.
Tom, you're going to make a teleportation device.
I'm gonna make a teleporter. Yeah.
To
So
the
we're gonna
top
take
of the
a
tower?
Teleporter.
Right, I'm going to go up to the top of the tower. So I'll make something up there for people to teleport to.
So if I set myself to, let's try 002,000. I'm just going to try this real quick. Okay. Right, I'm just going to preview this real quick, gents. I just want to
Yep.
see whether I've achieved it or not. Oh, wow. Electricity now.
Power jump.
Yep, okay, so step on my platform.
Ooh. I love that little launch into the little thing. I feel so accomplished by doing it. Oh. Alright, so yeah, it just randomly takes you to a point in the air.
Yeah, so the only difference there is I've just changed the word launch in the code. If we go to your code real quick, Chris.
Coding, yep.
I just changed the word launch. Do you see that highlighted there?
Yes, I do, yep. Actually,
And
2
change it
seconds.
to-
I'll just show it for
to-
the viewers out there. I'll get rid of...
Set position. And then rather than these being vectors in terms of a direction to travel in, they now become coordinates of where to teleport to. So launch will change our movement vector,
Yep.
but set position will change our actual physical location. So if we can now identify within the game, and you can come out of the code for this now,
Could you set it to like a voxel? So it teleports you to a specific, or a mesh?
so you could set it to an actual object if that object has a proper name and so on. It's usually more accurate to actually give it a value, like a numerical position. So right now what I'm doing is I'm flying up to the top of the tower,
To add an end position.
Same.
and what we're going to do is I'm going to give you some coordinates, Chris.
Yep.
There is a bench up here. Why is there a bench? There is a bench at the top. Okay. For picnics.
You're not telling me
For picnics, he said.
Saruman doesn't have a bench on one of his balconies that just looks out on Fangorn Forest and stuff, and he just chills up there, smoking his pipe weed, getting high.
Apparently. Oh, there's now a tank up here. All right, okay. I've got a coordinate for you.
And I'm putting this...
Tank's actually hovering.
So if I go into the coding...
Yep, so what you want to do then
find
is,
your
I'm going to
launch
move my
pad.
cursor out of the way. So you want to change that launch command to set position. It's one word, capital S, capital P.
So launch change to
Set position. Yeah, I'm watching you,
Yeah,
so I can see.
Set position
Great. And the vector value you want to set,
is.
assuming Richie doesn't move this around anymore, because I'm going to try.
I'm not going to move the tank. I'm just adding to it.
All right, I'm just going to put an object down so I know we'll be okay. All right. All right.
Again, just.
Wow, that's a number. That is a number. That is a number. Right, Chris.
Yeah.
You want the following value.
Which one is this in? The first number?
So yeah, your X value should be 1,400.
Yep.
Your your Y value should be 730.
Yep.
And your Z value,
Yeah.
the height,
Yeah.
should be 64,000.
Yeah. Bang on 64,000. Oh no.
64,400. So 64400.
Right. And then
All right.
save.
Okay. Save it.
Save it.
And then pop us into preview.
Yep, to Mementos. We're just going to bring us all back
No worries.
to the world of having a half decent overlay.
That's fine. Yeah, take your time. Take your time.
There you go. Right, back to it. So we're going preview, you said?
Yep, hit preview. And now, when we enter your trigger area, you can be the man to test it if you want.
Yeah, I'm going to go check out the bench or the tank at the top. So no longer do we have the Richie's Rainbow Obstacle jump to get to, but boing. Nice. Top of the tank.
You should now be on top
Of the lightning
tank.
tank.
I feel like too many of us have teleported at once here, so we're a little bit stuck.
Yeah, I can't walk anywhere.
I'm fine. Try jumping.
What's jump?
We are.
Jump with space. Yeah, it's not. I'm right in thinking jump's supposed to be space.
We are.
Oh, wait there.
Jump with space.
Maybe because we've hit the highest point on the map, we can't jump because the ceiling of the map is there technically.
Oh, Richie's above us and he's jumping.
Oh.
No, I didn't get to the ceiling. I give up.
So
Okay.
what will have probably happened there is we've probably actually teleported into the same spot. So we're actually stuck inside each other right now.
Ugh. We're getting
Yeah.
that whole spit roasting thing from earlier on's coming back to haunt us.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice. That's just your casual Saturday daytime chat.
Yeah, of course.
early
People can watch
afternoon.
this video back at any hours.
So we can also do random values as well. So we could actually, if we really wanted to,
Just a scatter
set
shot
like
approach.
set a teleporter that takes you to a random mathematical location.
Random maths.
So yeah, so you could almost have, if you imagine, in fact, Richie, you might appreciate this. So if you think about like the Lost Woods, Legend of Zelda,
Oh, yeah.
you could create an area where you have preset rooms with doors, and when you enter a door, it teleports you almost to like a random one of many different locations,
Yeah, that'd be cool.
which could be quite cool. So it's almost like a maze that you don't actually know how to navigate.
Although random for that can be an absolute pain, because sometimes you need to figure it out and go, okay, if I go through this way in this scene, it gets me to here, and he's kind of figuring it out in your
You
your
could.
mental map.
Definitely. So, number math.random.
I've added some a neon target for us to jump off the tower too.
Oh, is that
Oh,
what
great,
that
okay.
was?
So it's starting
So-
to get more gamey.
So let's go back to the preview again. I'm gonna go back to the preview. So let's actually test out. Let's see if we can all get there. So once you teleport up there, I want you to start. That I think Chris may have followed a little bit too quickly.
Sorry.
Yeah, I've went in first person for some reason.
Are you? Yeah. So
We're
you're
all
stuck now.
We're all stuck on top of the tank. It looks like we're driving the tank though.
All right, so we'll do that again.
Try again.
So these are always things that you should try to figure out as well. It's like
So I was going to say, if I press O to have a look at someone who's entered the area, I thought we would got like a message potentially.
Yep. So if you press O to open the console, if Richie, oh, we're not actually in preview mode. Hang on.
No.
Let's go back. Okay. So we've got the console open. If you press O, and when Richie enters the area,
Yeah, there
so
is.
someone's
Someone
entered
has
the area. Okay. So if Richie moves now,
No, I'm still in the tank.
Still stuck?
Kind of still partially. I think we just need to raise that Z value a touch.
all right,
I
great. Let's do
suppose
that
if
then.
it maybe spawns us stuck half in the floor.
Yeah. So maybe go to your script then and just change that Z value and make it a little bit bigger. I think a player model is probably going to be about 20 something in terms of its height. So maybe bump it up to like 64,500 instead, something like that.
64,500 coming up.
Yep, and save that, and then we'll
Save.
try it again.
Yeah, all done. Preview mode.
Yeah, you go for it.
Here we
You
go.
go for it.
I wish preview mode had something like visual to tell us that we're definitely in preview mode, because I think jumping between the different versions, it'd be nice to have like a more clear indicator.
Just hit
Yeah.
top right. Hold it.
Yeah, but
I
I want
actually
like
wish-
something that like just something colourful that's there,
Yeah.
say you are in preview mode.
Yeah.
Because pressing F5 to edit doesn't necessarily shout that I'm in preview mode. If that makes
So
sense.
one thing I was thinking that it could be nice for to have in the editor is just always have your position, the reference for your position.
Yay, we can move around.
Yay, we're on the lightning tank.
Right.
Oh, we need a
I
diving board.
And you see the neon target.
I cannot see anything below. There is a fog of war. We're just on a floating tank in a world of orange right now.
There is no fog of war. I just
There is.
It's just
Yeah.
Oh shit! All right, okay. We just hang out over the edge of the map. All right, I see it now. Yeah.
We're just that high up
Yeah.
that the world is now far below
Yeah.
us.
Insane draw distance.
Exactly.
So what you could. Oh,
Ah! See you later,
So if
guys.
you land on the neon target.
I see a neon target. I do see one. Hang on. I don't think this is going to be much of a challenge, to be honest with you.
Nah.
All right. We need to
You get
change
quite
this
a lot of
tank into a
movement-
diving board.
movability and- Yeah.
Cowabunga! In the
That's
time
nice
that
little
takes to
platform,
fall,
right?
I'm going to say thanks, Alexander, and your boy Twiz in the chat. Thanks for stopping by for our Crayta learning lesson. I was able to chat to the chat whilst I still fall. We gave him for that neon box. Hey!
Fantastic. All right.
Landed it.
So again, one thing you could do is, if you really wanted to try to experiment with it, is you can almost create like a falling game where you do have fall damage, and you have to drop through from a ridiculous height like that through progressively smaller and smaller holes.
Yeah.
Until you're literally having to thread the needle for the last one.
Well, it could almost be like a round thing. So, like, say this neon sparkly block, you just make that the entire map, and anytime someone lands on the set square, that square disappears, and then the next round until basically more and more squares just go.
Or alternatively, what you could do is you could get them to land on like platforms, and depending on the size of the platform, you could preset values to them, so you could add a score, and then as the player lands on those platforms, they earn X amount of score.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen it a few times in like the Assassin's Creed games when you play as like the eagle or something, and you have to fly through like the certain gaps, and if you hit it, the whole animus area thing breaks down.
Yeah.
So it's definitely something that's been gamified. But I forgot Tom had his little jump. I stepped on Tom's panel by accident, and I forgot it's still that was your teleport test, wasn't it?
That's a solid 20-second fall there, Richie.
It is, isn't it? Actually, the last jump I did, I
Good
managed.
tower.
Oh, it's brilliant! Like the last jump I did, I actually managed to spiral 3 times round the tower and still make the landing. That's how far you've got to fall.
Amazing. Yeah, you can
I
just.
noticed I missed some wood when I changed it all to marble.
Yeah.
Ah, well.
Got a bit of
That's all right.
Tom Petty in here. And I'm free. Free falling for like 20 hours.
Oh dear. Oh dear.
Copyright strike.
So yeah, so that's sort of like a basic coding tutorial on how to create jumps and how to create teleporters. I think those two are probably the easiest game mechanics that people can pick up on in terms of coding. There really isn't a lot to that, and Crayta definitely helps with like the Lua script, predefined actions definitely helps that. Like launch and set position is definitely something that can be very much utilized for a lot of different things. As I say, I think the next one to probably look at is to start to get things moving, like actually like getting platforms moving around an area, following a path basically, and so on.
Tank.
But yeah, so getting a tank to actually move and rotate as it's turning and going through the motions really. But yeah, I think while I'm trying to have a look at that, like what have we got? It is 3:15 at the moment. We know that Crayta 48 starts at 4 o'clock.
Yep.
So, I'm stuck in the smoke now.
So yeah, so for those who are watching along, who've been with us, thank you for joining us so far. We're going to go for probably about another 40 or so minutes. Maybe play a few of the other games, right, gents? Get out of the creation mode a little bit, test the waters a smidge.
I think we've made an award-worthy AAA game here.
I mean, who wouldn't want to play this? This is in for the running of Game of the Year already. Forget The Last of Us. Forget Ghost of Tsushima. Forget Cyberpunk. To be fair, I reckon we could get this out before Cyberpunk 2077.
In fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop us out of preview mode. I am going to. So, do you think the horizon's a little bit boring at the moment?
The
horizon, little bit. There's nothing there, is there?
Just empty space.
Nothing really there. All right,
I fell off. See you later, guys.
Goodbye.
I know I'm back. I just spawned back. It's okay.
So, what would you like to see? Do you think if you had to choose between hello
skyline, just one skyscraper.
If you had to choose between sort of like desert or jungle, mountains, or even like a space view, what would you like to see in the horizon? So for example, what I could say is, okay, well, let's pop space out there.
Yeah, space seems like a good place to start.
If we wanted to go even further, well, how about let's put more space out there, and then let's actually, do you know what? Let's actually change the skybox. Let's change the skybox and make it a little bit more spacey. There we go. We've got an asteroid belt in the sky. Okay, where are these buildings coming from?
Is this Richie Adams skyscrapers?
Yeah.
I knew it was you immediately. As soon as shit starts going awry, it's you messing around.
Oh dear. Right. We can add. Let's get some fog in here as well, shall we? Let's add a fog layer. All right.
Zoom out a little bit for everyone to see.
We're gonna add a fog of war.
Oh,
there we go.
Thick fog
you wanted
war,
fog. You've got
that
fog.
Is a thick fog of war. That is.
Let's actually change the fog color as well. So you can change the fog color.
Could we make green poison gas and recreate Superman 64?
What? Green poison gas?
Yeah.
Like this.
Now, would you be able to add something where our health would deplete when we're in said fog of war?
Oh, definitely. Definitely could.
Interesting.
I mean, this is quite intense fog at the moment, so we're just going to drop the... Intense. I mean, that's making it even more intense there. The depth of it. There we go. There's the thickness. There we go. So if we drop down the density of it, it can make it a little bit more sparse, make it a little bit more like a... It's almost got this like eerie graveyard feel to it, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's like I'm expecting a body to come out of the ground any second now. And,
yeah. So again, you can tweak with all of these as well. If we wanted to, we could... Let's try and change the... That doesn't work. That wouldn't work because we're in space. If we're in space, no one can hear you scream. There we go. That's pretty cool. We've got an asteroid belt during the day.
Oh, the fog's gone?
No, the fog is very much there. You just can't see it because it's so bright outside.
Ah, right.
If I change it to like a gloomy sort of 6 o'clock at night, perhaps, we can up the density of it.
I'm going to play some ruins.
Nice. Oh, hello, skeletons.
Yeah, that's what I was hoping for. I thought while you're in there doing making your fog edits, I'll make the whole area a bit more spooky.
Yeah. No, I like that. I'm going to drop that density of the fog down a little bit.
Oh, it's gone up. So now, again, you can imagine over time, people are just gonna like make so many different assets that you can jump into and just utilize, and that's where the community aspect really comes in, I think, where people just see what other people have created and just go for it.
Well, some of the assets I've just been placing, community generated. So I've literally just went into the community generated assets and downloaded some stuff and just started placing them. It takes seconds.
You know what else I'm going to do? While you guys are doing that as well, I'm actually going to go into the sounds and I'm going to find...
Stadia.
Let's go horror. And let's throw out... some scraping noises. How about that?
Ooh,
or some horror music.
Spooky. I'm just making a creepy fence. There's the entrance to our graveyard.
Fantastic. I like it.
So we've gone from making a portal to the top of a tower to now we're just focusing
horror game.
On a horror game, yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna drop us into preview real quick because I want you guys to witness the music, shall we say?
Oh.
You got the music?
Yeah.
I put the cicadas in there as well. It's just worked.
Yeah.
Yeah, cicadas are creepy in the dark. Well, to be fair, lots of stuff becomes creepy in the dark. But yeah, I can see.
What, in green fog?
Now, again,
Right.
thinking gamification-wise, could you imagine having to navigate your way through a graveyard where like 1 in every 8 of these skeletons comes to life when you trigger it?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
There is an issue with the height you can go to. Come up to the top of the lightning tank and
Yep.
look at the horizon.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
Oh, that music though.
Can I land in a grave?
Let's land in this random building that was created.
Skyscraper.
Yeah, the fog doesn't drag out.
It doesn't quite render, does it? Not unless you're further down. It's because the fog itself has got quite a low depth. That's to say, you can definitely get a feel for look. This is just us literally messing around.
Yeah.
We are literally just messing around with all of this stuff. So this gives you a feel for what you can achieve with it.
You know what?
Now,
I was just about to say this level of fog could be good for like massive.
What, for walking off the edge of the world?
But as I got closer, it became quite clear.
Yeah.
But if you could put like denser fog in there somehow.
Yeah, the music's great, adding to the ambiance.
Absolutely. Now, what makes it even cooler is actually with the sounds as well. You can actually change the pitch of it too.
Right.
So if you wanted to really sort of like knock it down, let's go like some real like. I'm gonna try this real quick. I've knocked it down to 0.3. So now you've almost got like a Resident Evil / Silent Hill-esque music now.
Looks like the American flag's reversed in the back of that grave house. Can get it right. There you go. Looks like American flag in the doorway from where I'm stood. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Just for the 4th of July. Richie, you're blocking the flag. No, not really. Yeah. So like, I think just from what we've basically dicked around with already today, is you could see if we like knuckled down and said, what do we want to make? What are our perimeters? What are we going for? What are we capable of doing? This is what 2 and a bit hours worth of messing around.
Yeah.
This leaves me very intrigued to see what the the Create 48 people are doing with Andy after this. So we've
Probably
alluded
stealing
to
our
it.
ideas.
Maybe if we go over there, and they just beat us to the punch. But yeah, for
You
any,
might not make a better tower than mine.
well, you never know, Richie. You'll have to see. But yeah, in terms of that, so in about half an hour's time, our friend Andy Morse, another Stadia content creator, is actually joining up with other creators. Is it Crate 48? Was the tagline? Tom,
Crayta 48. So
Crayta.
you can check it out, crayta48.com as well. There is a website that gives you all of the information about who's involved, what the plan is. But essentially, as far as I am led to believe, it is a 48-hour event where the creators who are involved have 48 hours to develop a game using Crayta. I think it's a fantastic idea as well. So certainly, we're going to drop the link in chat as well before we call it quits.
What are the
Do you
chances
think we
Andy's
should
been
quickly
watching?
showcase how to use the community generated assets? Because that's not, although I have used them, it hasn't been seen on screen how I accessed them.
Yeah, of course. Do you want to talk Chris through it?
Yeah.
I don't know the key commands for the keyboard, but I'll talk through the controller. It's pretty straightforward. You go into your library, and then there's a community tab. For me, I press Y on the controller.
All right, yeah, it's
and
just a
you
tab
can
at the
download
top.
stuff.
Yeah. Okay. So create
And that's why I got
packages.
that's why I got things like the tank. I got the like some of the spooky skeleton stuff. That weird skyscraper that I created.
Oh, if I get rid of the word fence, that might refresh the list.
Yeah.
So I can see already in the community tab. So you've got your traditional library, you've got the community tab, and it's a shame you can't like move the tabs around. Like our stream cuts out half the titles, but essentially you can see there's like battle royale stuff. There's move script, trigger melee, quickie tank. Is that where you got the quickie tank from, Richie?
Yeah, that's what it was.
A tank I made during a live stream. There you go. Nice description. Scoreboards, adventure elements. So essentially anything that you could probably think of off the top of your head is no doubt in here. So if I just search in the filter for pizza, that was a good one.
Oh, what the hell am I placing?
There are no pizzas.
No pizzas. Wow, no one's made a pizza yet. That's oh well. Give us something else to search for, gentlemen. We'll have a look.
I mean, there's loads of things there. There's a gun package. There's a script to allow you to play sounds and animations. What we've got to remember is the game has only been out a couple of days, so this is going to get fleshed out. This is going to see like much bigger booms. One thing that I'm really quite excited for as well is obviously with the huge popularity of battle royale games, there is already a battle royale zone package that you can install. The logic exists, like the programming already exists to be able to add that sort of like closing in zone.
Yeah.
So then essentially all you have to do is just put the rest of the survival elements on top of that as well.
So what I've just added now is an entire building complete with insides that's now currently floating in the air, and that someone else has made.
Oh, that's what that is.
Yeah. And so this has got full of lighting, probably sound effects, the works.
Yeah, that's a pretty decent bank actually. Yeah, so you can see the light elements on the outside. Pillars are pretty cool. Let's go inside.
So, but when you go, I've placed that through the templates tab. If you go in the voxel meshes, all the individual components are in there. I think. Yeah, bank pillar. So
wow.
Pillar. So it's pretty cool. Like to just if you just want to don't want to code a full game and just like asset creation, you can do that.
I think some people really excel at asset creation as well. Like I'm looking around this, and this is fantastic.
What, the bank?
This bank, yeah. There's a hole above the vault where it's been broken into.
It's not very well placed right now because we
no.
a way to get into it. So that's something they need to work on. My placement of the bank.
Your placement of the bank.
Yeah.
I'm just in the back room. Yep, there we go. There's the hole in the floor. And I'm in the vault. I'm in here. There's cash. There's gold. There's a gramophone.
Of course.
There's no HMV dog though.
Yeah.
All right. Oh, anything else you want to have a look at, gents?
In terms of creation, I think we've learned a far decent amount today. Richie, anything that
So
you'd
do
like
we
to
want?
look
Should we
at?
drop out and have a play around some of the modes?
Yeah, is this world saved now then? Do we get to return to this at a later time? So just all going in the bin?
Should we actually publish it?
Probably not. We'll keep this for our little play area for now.
Yeah.
But no, it's procedurally, like it's saved every so often. So actually, there's several backups of it. And what I think is really good as well is if you do make a mistake, you can head over to play.creator.com and you can log into your account, your Stadia account, and you can actually back up your world. So you can actually, as in like revert to a previous backup of your world.
Okay.
So it actually saves them in certain like intervals. And then if you make a mistake with something, you can just go online and like revert back 5 minutes ago, let's say. Which I think is a really useful tool from them as well. So kudos to them for doing that as well. But yeah, I'm just gonna quickly drop the fog. Turn the fog off.
Oh, the graveyard doesn't look half as scary.
No,
I started
it's amazing what a little bit of fog will do.
I started to blur some of the skeletons into the ground to make them like more part of the nature.
Fantastic.
I'm trying to build like a weird staircase to the bank.
Well, I'm locked inside the vault apparently. I can't get out of the vault. A huge shout out for everyone who's stuck around and been watching along with this as well. You know, a few people have said thank you for some of the tips and tricks that we've been going through here as well. I definitely think it's really good to sort of showcase what you can do from from an amateur game developer's perspective. Like if you've had no experience before, just actually showcasing what you can do with literally zero knowledge of code.
Yeah, I mean, I came in and knew sweet FA about anything, and yet
absolutely
here I am filling in the grassy mound around our creepy graveyard, so it all looks more realistic.
And we pitched some ideas of how you could use some of this stuff that we've been messing around with into actual crazy games.
Certainly. We've got Chris in chat as well. So Chris, massive shout out. First of all, just want to say, absolutely loving Crayta. So huge shout out to the team over there as well. He's saying, hey guys, looks like you've been getting on well here. Like I said, we've just been running through. Yeah, we're sorry if we've made a little bit of a botched world of this, but we've showcased a little bit of the asset creation, creating your own voxel meshes. We've gone through. I've shown Chris how to do some basic coding in terms of creating teleportation and jump pads. Definitely a lot we'd like to learn. I think one thing I personally want to get to grips with is how to create text in the world. I know there's I was saying prior to the stream starting, I've noticed like looking through some of the other creations that you can create HTML assets, so web design assets, and use them within the game. But I still have yet to figure out how to actually create my own text within a world, which I think would be really nice if we could do that to add, instruction panels for people to understand the rules of worlds in lobbies. It'd be really nice to get some sort of information on that. But the Crayta team are definitely showcasing a lot of tutorial videos. They do videos and community get-togethers very regularly. And I'd like to think, like, just by showcasing what you can do with this, that people will start to go along to those, because I think the potential, as an educator, from my own perspective, I've said a lot. I'm a teacher of computer science, and I love the idea of using this at school. Like, I cannot wait until September comes around and I get the opportunity to use Crayta as a tool to be able to show people how to get into game design through coding. I think it's fantastic for it. Maker of Chaos says, I'm super happy that one of the games I've worked on is currently on the featured games at the moment.
Awesome. Featured games in the actual
Fantastic.
game. That's what I'm looking forward to. After seeing what we can do, just seeing what the community can come up with, and just all those different varieties of imagination that have all just basically put hours and hours into making something, and playing around with it, really.
I want to make a trampoline team deathmatch. I want to play that game.
Well, we've got 25 minutes, guys. So shall we wrap up the creation element and go and showcase some of these games real quick?
Definitely.
Because I think it would be nice to do that so we can wrap up in time to get everybody over to Crayta 48, because that's definitely something I want to see people checking out.
So if we go over to the Play Hub then now.
Yeah, head over to. We're going to exit and return to the hub. Drop out of our world. So we'll say bye to Soundscape for now, but I'm sure people will see this again in the near future. And let's have a look through featured games. We've got your boy Twizz's Battle of the Sun. It's a free-for-all gun game with falling death rocks.
Falling death rocks.
We've got CTF Mafia Noir, a small, fast-paced match of capture the flag. We've got Trench Warfare, which is by Bryant over at the Nerf Report. We got an escape room. We've got Ships of the Elimination by Gem. Yeah. Panic Market by Game Guide. I've heard quite a few good things about Gem's Ships of the Elimination. So you've got two ships that are flying past each other. Mm-hmm. And it's a team deathmatch essentially, where the aim of the game is to destroy the enemy's ship to make them fall so they die. So you shoot the ship out from underneath them.
Yeah. Okay.
While trying to survive. So do you fancy trying that out?
Yes, certainly.
Yeah, let's do that.
All right, so go to Ships of the Elimination version 1.11. I've hit play. Let's see how this goes.
I'm going to try and join your game.
Yeah, so you could try joining on me as well, would be a good idea.
All right, I'm in with you.
All right. So we are locked to first person. You can see the ships are passing each other as well. So we've got two people in the lobby. Oh, there we go. It's popped me and Richie in.
We'll be with you in a second.
I fell to my death.
So okay, so they've actually changed. They've changed some of the spread of the gunshot, shall we say, on this. So it's very customizable with the weapons too. Of actually changing the way that the guns fire and like things like the firing speed, the spread of the shots and so on.
Yeah, I'm not in your game, gents.
You're not in?
How do I get into your game?
So, hello. That's a bit cheating, but all right, whatever works. So, if you, Richie, did you join from the menu or did you join by the social?
I joined straight from the menu.
Yeah, so if you go to play and go across the top of the featured games, you should be able to find it there. Oh, Regen's actually quite big.
I had the game up. I just thought I was going to jump at the same game as you two.
All right. Has it not put you in the same one as us?
I was waiting for a link or some site, so we all bundled up together. I didn't realise we were just jumping into the game.
Yeah.
See what you're saying. So it's me and Tom versus Richie.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, do we have unlimited ammo?
Hang on a second. I'm just quickly looking over chat while you two have a shootout. So, Spaghetti says, yes, I fully agree that this should be in schools. Chris says, we would love that to happen. Did you see we ran an in Crayta class on launch day? It went really well and we're hoping to hold another next week. Absolutely. So one thing I would love to do as well, I know they did it very successfully recently, was they're doing a sort of like a community lesson in Crayta. So those of you who are interested in actually learning how to use Crayta, I think it was with physics more recently, you can sign up to actually join the classes and they'll open up a lobby for those people and you can jump in and you can learn and you can play along during the live stream. I think it's a fantastic idea. Are we just destroying Richie's ship now?
I'm trying to get... Yeah, basically. So we just need to make him fall onto the floor, basically.
Yeah, essentially, yeah. I mean, he's on the ship killing us right now.
He's on our ship.
There is that. Yeah, he's jumped ship. He's literally.
So who?
I'm
who?
going down.
So who wins in this scenario then? Yeah, get up back on your own board.
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty indicative of it, isn't it? All right. So it doesn't look like anyone's currently playing that at the moment. So do you gents want to? Should we jump out and should we try? We'll try it. Your boy Twizz's Battle of the Sun. I think it's a gun game. So as with gun games, obviously you get kills with weapons and your weapons then move to the next tier of weapon. So we're going to jump into that. Your boy Twiz and crew. I believe this is the one that Maker of Chaos was currently working on with gun balancing.
Yeah, that's the one.
And we got there are some people.
It feels like the guns need to be a bit more powerful to take down a ship.
Does everyone else have a giant plus sign on their face?
Maybe not my face, but
I've got like a chicken face.
It's a chicken
I've
gun.
got a chicken gun. Chicken gun.
Okay, I've got a rocket.
Is it free for all?
It is.
looks
It's
like
gun
it,
game,
yeah.
so it is just.
I'm down.
Ah, I'm back again.
Oh, hello.
What's...
Oh, I'm up. I'm up to the next gun.
I can't really see how
Alright.
the. I don't even know how the projectiles work. I can't see them.
An electric gun now.
I'm
like a
glad
ray
I've got
gun.
rid of the. I'm glad I've
Rail
got
gun
rid of the
even.
chicken. Is there more guns other than the chicken guns? I've got no.
There are, yeah. So there's the machine gun, and now I'm on a rail gun.
In the water. Don't know who. I haven't actually.
Somebody
got a,
killed me.
Do you guys actually have a gun in your hand? I'm just using my fists.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think it's the chicken gun. You will have. The chicken gun
You
is
can't
made
play
of a
it.
box.
You cannot play this game first person. I'm doing terribly.
I can.
Oh, I've got a rocket launcher. Hello.
I've got a better gun. That might help.
Now I've got a crossbow.
I haven't found any other weapon.
I'm just.
So you don't find them. You only go up. You have to get a kill with a current weapon.
Oh
move
right,
yes.
I see what you're saying.
Oh, damn it, Tom.
I'm currently second. Ah! No! Chicken gun is genius. I agree. It's a genius idea. It's just oh, there's a gun that goes pew 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 pew.
Dead again.
Oh,
So do you always
Oh,
go back
we
to
got-
the chicken gun when you die, or?
there's a chicken gun. No, no, no. You go to your. Excuse me. Who's getting all these kills?
I can hear the pew pew.
I want the pew gun. I want the pew gun.
Oh, something happened.
I think.
Ah,
Oh dear. Oh dear.
what
me.
happened?
Oh
Why?
dear.
What happened?
It's the end of the round.
It was the lobby.
Oh,
It's
right.
the lobby.
The pew gun guy's got a banana.
Alright, here we go. Oh yeah, I got plus. It's chicken gun. It's chicken. Ah! No! I walked down, it was chicken gun.
Wow. The chicken gun needs to get rid of the chicken in front of the aiming reticle, I feel. I've run out of ammo. So I haven't got ammo back.
Oh, rocket launcher.
Ah, I was just trying to take him down. I've got like a pumpkin launcher.
Yes, the rocket launcher is
I almost
beautiful.
spawned in one of the weird purple king
Ah.
things. I've got
Oh,
a
is
lightning
it-
gun.
There's a guy camping with an assault rifle.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the crossbow's so hard to aim with.
It's a one-hit kill though, Chris.
Oh, is it? So you just need to hit
Yeah,
someone.
yeah, you
Damn
just
it.
gotta hit it. Hit the shot and you're good.
Just trying to get this guy. Yes! I got killed at the same time, but... What am I now? What am I now? I've got the bang bang gun.
Who's this sneaking around the back here? Woo! Chicken gun! Chicken gun! Alright, I got pistol.
The music's so tense, so you just be
It is
quiet,
actually here.
isn't it?
Kill him. Ah.
on a minute. Hang on a minute.
Oh, the
Hang on,
cubes,
drop
the
down.
cubes kill you. I didn't realise the glowing balls rolling around.
Oh yeah, the giant rocks that fall from the sky.
I got the banana. I got the banana.
Oh, beautiful. You're taking over me.
I've got a wrench. I've got a barbecue fork. Tom. Oh, the barbecue
Ah,
fork.
yes, banana gun, banana.
The barbecue fork makes it quite hard to kill people. No. I don't have a gun. Why don't I have a gun? Why don't I've hit 10? Have I won? I don't have a gun. I don't have a gun.
Yeah,
at
you've got to get a kill with a melee weapon.
But I don't have anything. Like, it's not even giving me a weapon.
I came second.
Oh, I won.
I think it was like 1 kill off.
I was first to 10. That's why I won. I think I won anyway. Wow. Right, do you want to jump out and try something else, gentlemen?
Yeah, this
Absolutely.
game is fun. This is going on my favorite list.
Wow.
That's fair. I'll appreciate that. That's good.
Solid bit of.
Can you get a
I can
thumbs
hear
up?
the chicken gun though. Still going.
Absolutely. All right, what do we fancy trying then? We've got a capture the flag. We've got a trench warfare. Got the escape room. Do you want to try the escape room?
Yeah, which one's that? Is it Interception?
Escape room.
No, it's called Escape Room version 1.4.
Okay.
I'm guessing from the chat says we have one. Oh,
Yeah, so you won.
I personally won. Yeah.
Oh, is this a single player game?
The escape room.
Perhaps. I'm in a room.
I'm in a room
Oh,
too.
it wasn't able to connect me to the chosen server.
Grab that
so
treasure.
I think it might be single player.
Oh.
All right, okay.
Okay, so let's try a different game then.
Yep, I'm with you on that. We can try.
Sorry, escape room.
Yeah.
Sorry, escape room.
Yeah. At the very least, we need Chris in there.
Yeah, that's true. Popular games.
Hey, I got a new drawing.
You guys said
Popular
the
ones, if you want.
Super Doom Wall was fun, didn't you?
Super Doom Wall is quite good. Yeah, I do enjoy that actually.
Should we jump in there?
Yeah, can do.
Super Doom Wall it is. Crayta. Welcome.
Yeah, I'm certainly going to be looking for opportunities to try to bring this into education. I think it's definitely got potential.
Right, so what's the aim for this game? I didn't actually read the instructions when
Okay,
they were there.
so a giant wall will come towards you with numerical values on it.
Yep.
Okay, you need to shoot the wall to create a hole in the wall. You have to pass through that hole to get those number of
Right,
points.
okay.
So you want to aim for the 500s, for example.
But you also need to get through the
Oh,
wall
I'm in a-
without...
I'm in a different world to use.
Yep. And there are also jump pads as well around the map. There are also power-ups that drop down that you can collect, and those power-ups might give you something beneficial. You can also shoot other people to knock them off their course as well.
The more damage you have, the more likely you are to ping off the wall rather than go through. If you hit, so it can be
Yeah.
quite
Oh,
disruptive.
right,
I mean,
see
you-
what mean.
You could be useless like me and just go for the 100s, but I know that's not great.
Hey, if you get through regularly.
True.
Okay, I see what's happening. Oh, the wall's in the side of me. Damn it.
No! Wall! Wall, no! The 500's right there! No!
I've been knocked off.
Oh, I got pushed off.
So
Yeah.
I just kind of kept getting electrocuted.
Server, so.
Trying to figure out how high to jump.
Yeah, Johnny Bionics just mentioned that we should really take advantage of the group feature and that takes it to game together. That is something we should probably do. See if I can set that one down for the last like 5 minutes or so.
Haha. I lost the game.
All right, well, let's try that. Let's try. So if we go to social, can we create a group within the game? Because I know we're partied up on Stadia and
Yeah, if you go to social, then press R2, it moves you to group, and you can create
Aha, right. Oh, you actually get an experience boost as well for doing that. Right, okay. Richie and
Should I
Chris.
invite you to this game, to mine, so we join the game that's on camera? Or will that make a difference with it?
Well, I've just created the group for us there, so you should be able to accept that now from your menu.
Stadia menu or?
From the game menu, from the social menu, I assume.
It popped up as a Stadia notification.
Oh, did it? Okay.
See, again, this is where I should be. Notifications. Right. Join
Yes,
the
so
game.
Chris, you've joined, but Richie left.
Yeah, I don't know why. It came up saying couldn't connect to the server.
I've invited you to a group. Yeah. Well, if not, we'll just move to another game. Like I'm fine with that.
Yeah, the
Are
lobby
you,
might
in
be
the,
full.
are you in the Super Doom wall now?
We are in Super Doom Wall at the moment.
Maybe that's
yeah.
why.
I'll return to the hub as well.
Returning to the hub. So all of this time, we could have been grouped up for extra experience, guys.
Damn it. So thanks,
Right, Richie
Johnny
joined the
Barney.
group. Great. Okay. Okay.
And apparently, escape room is multiplayer, but it's increasingly
Okay.
difficult.
Well, let's give it a shot then. If you fancy, how long have we got on this? We've got
Few minutes.
9 minutes.
Yeah.
9 minutes.
Super fast escape room challenge time.
Super fast escape. Yeah, speed run.
Yeah.
Speed run the escape room. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
So if you add us in, Tom, I'm guessing it's going to take us with you.
Yeah, I've hit play. Van Troyen says Richie's
there you go.
still a little bit quiet. Maybe he's just got a silent voice.
Maybe.
All right, you gents are here with me
Yes,
now.
we are.
Let's
I
go.
just boosted him again a touch.
Get to the
Right.
treasure.
Grab that treasure.
How?
Jump on it.
Ah, that's it. Not really
All right.
grab then.
Try to escape from all of the rooms.
We have an arcade machine.
Is there a way to interact? Or do I just have to walk into stuff? Bookshelf? Oh, the bookshelf. Oh, no,
The bookshelf.
I know.
Ooh.
Nothing. I thought I was walking through the bookshelf.
Okay.
Okay, nothing.
Oh, you can. You have to crouch.
Ah, right,
Ah.
okay. How do you crouch?
Sneaky.
Interact with buttons.
See.
X is on the
See.
controller.
What?
Default is X on controller. I assume that's also.
I'm not crouching on the controller.
That's the door. That's the door. The door's open.
I'm not crouching on the controller, gents.
No, press C, Chris.
On the
C to
controller?
crouch. But the door's open, so we.
Richie.
Oh no, door shut.
Richie.
Door shut.
What's crouch on the controller? I'm pressing all the buttons.
Oh, on the controller.
Yeah.
Surely it's click left.
R3.
Again. Oh,
R3.
R3.
Crouch.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Door's open.
Okay.
Door's open.
R3.
And then
Door's
we're in
closed.
an invisible maze.
All right. Yeah, it's like Pokemon.
Yeah, it's just fun.
Hug the left wall. Hug the left wall.
I've got this far by hugging the right wall.
The right wall now.
I need to go back.
Oh. I'm so close. I'm so close. Literally the door. It's there. It's.
You haven't done something weird like you have to climb it, do you? After.
I was gonna say that's what I'm doing. What Chris is doing now. I'm crouching, just in case there's like a sneaky little. Oh.
Yeah. Stuck here with Richie.
I love the idea of making blocks invisible but still collidable. I think that's
Yeah.
really good.
There probably needs to be some sort of hint in this room, though.
Nah, it's just a maze, isn't it?
What if there just wasn't anything at the end and then it's just.
Yeah, this is this. This is as far as he got coded, so he just.
Oh, hang on.
I wish the
I'm
camera
through.
angle would stay.
I'm through.
Oh, where did you go?
How did you do it, Tom? Come back. You need to show
I
us how to
mean-
do it.
I mean, I literally just walked forwards, lads. I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, so I literally just kept hugging the left until I made progress
The left.
and eventually got through. Yeah, just press up against the left wall as you're moving. As in, when I say the left wall, I don't mean the left side of the room. I mean literally as you're hitting obstacles, follow the obstacles on your left.
It's like, yeah, just keep going, like 3 lefts make a right kind of thing.
Yeah. Turn on all the lights.
Well, me and Richie just going to spend eternity in this room, I think.
Yeah.
The camera dipping in and out of like over the shoulder shot to first person is trippy, especially in this rainbow room.
Right, I'm actually just going to go into first person anyway. Maybe just
How do you even do that?
the triple dots button.
Right, yeah, that seems like smarter for this.
Hang on.
That's why I get stressed with puzzle games. This seems like a dead
so
end on the right side. Plus I think when I get near you getting in the way confuses me, because then I think I can't go back a certain way as well.
There we go. Right, the next door's open as well, lads.
Great.
Oh no, you're gonna have to sort that. Oh no. Sorry, gents. I've locked you out. You'll have to solve that puzzle. Jump on the star to open the door. If you hit the lava, the door will close. Ooh.
Alright, I've somehow...
Any chance? Is anyone in chat can help us out?
Richie, I've thought I'd figured it out. Oh, I've done it. No, I haven't. So close to the door. Richie, if you go back to the start, I just hugged the left wall. And I got pretty much all the way to here just through the left wall. And now I'm painfully close to the door.
Dear me. Oh, the next one's a jumping puzzle.
Alright, Tom, just teasing us with it. Oh, I just need to get out for this.
Damn,
the exit's there! Ah. Did you have to jump over anything at any stage, or...? Wait, I'm basically stuck against this part here. Annoyingly. Someone else has figured it. Like, God.
There's somebody else running through it, is there?
I'm out! Yes!
Oh, how did Chris come back, show me.
Right, it's this way. And then it like loops around, S's around from the other side.
I can't get to that bit. This is about as far as we get.
Right.
Oh, you've gone the wrong way then, haven't you?
Yeah.
Oh, you know what, Richie? I'm just gonna get. I'll have to leave you, otherwise the video stream's not going to see the other puzzle. Right, turn on all the lights.
Yeah.
Turn on all the lights. You can get there. The other guy's straight through, Richie.
He's done this before. He's speed running it. He is.
Turn all lights. Is he turning?
Oh man, this room is difficult.
Turn on all the lights.
Yeah, start on the right wall and go left as you get closer to the door. No, there's no jump needed. There is no jump or anything. There's no jump and there's no crouch. It is literally just a walking path.
Right, doors open. Go, figure out the lights. Go, 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 go. Oh, you son of a bitch! He let me write
Can
all...
he take it?
Yeah! Oh, that's just lazy
he's literally just ruined my door puzzle as well. He's just waiting for someone to open the door.
lazy.
Why don't you go back and open the door? You go back and open the door.
I'm still stuck in this bloody maze.
Like, you go back and open the door.
I had the light puzzle. Door's open, right? You come through this door again, I swear. I swear down. Right. Tom, what are we doing in this room?
Jump on the star, Chris.
Star? No, I fear. Oh, he's going back for it. He's going back for it. What happens? What happens?
You have to jump on the star at this start of the room to open the door.
Right. So
But then if you touch the lava,
all right. Okay.
the door shuts.
Door's open.
Door's-
Damn it! We just need someone else to open the door for us, basically. We're being lazy. We're copying off him.
We
now.
are cheating.
Door's open. I'm through.
Hey!
Hey, screw you, light thief guy.
All right.
Right, we
Sprint
should
to
point
jump
out as
higher,
well,
sprint
there's
to
1
jump
minute
higher.
left, ladies and gentlemen, so we are going to wrap up there. Hopefully this guy's never going to
Yes.
get through the door, because after stealing our light puzzle, he doesn't deserve it. I can see him
Yeah, it
trapped
is
in the other
4
room.
o'clock.
It is coming up. So yes, thank you everybody for watching. It's been a delight. You've watched us play some Crayta, play some games, play some tools, make stuff, create fighters, create crazy jumps, everything like that. We've had a bit of fun. We played Prop Hunt. Thank you very much for watching. Join us again in the future for some Crayta live streams from the Sounds of Stadia team. Thank you to Tom for taking us through everything. I don't think we'd be anywhere near where we got to without your help. Thank you to everyone in the chat for joining in. It's been wonderful, but yeah, we are ending now, and we would implore you, in fact, to head over to Andy Morph's channel, one of the other content creators who's going to be beginning his 48 hours to make a game in Crayta. We will see you over there, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining in with the Sounds of Stadia team. Don't forget to check out the podcast on Monday, and we will see you all soon. My name's been Chris.
I've been Tom.
I've been Richie.
We've been Sounds of Stadia. Have a good Saturday, everyone, and enjoy your day. Goodbye.
Bye.
Bye.